You are listening to subscriber-only content.
You know, this is not a random Tuesday for us. We are trying to throw the best practice in the NFL to date today. And can we do that? I don't know. We'll see. But
All right.
You like this level? Feels a little hot to me.
I backed it down a little bit.
You pulled down my ears just a tiny bit.
We're getting there.
We are at Cowboys Training Camp, folks. Happy Tuesday. Today's show generally behind a paywall. But we are opened up.
That's right.
Free to you all week long, thanks to Flooring Direct DFW.
They said, Mr. McDowell, tear down that wall. Thanks for that.
Hey, all right.
Whoa.
Followed it. It's, yes, Flooring Direct DFW, our title sponsor for our camp trip.
Get you some floors.
Get you some floors. Actually, I have a consult set up for when I get back. Because my wife, it's
what's the movie? You said it yesterday.
Borat.
That's right.
said,
you got a little console?
For years we've been talking about, a couple years, she needs new floors, but she's always like, the beating of, you got to go to how many different stores and all that. They're coming to our house.
Not only are they coming to your house, direct. Can I tell you one of the worst things about Flooring Direct is that they also offer countertops. So when they're there, your wife's probably...
Now she'll be like, well, let's just redo the whole kitchen.
Probably going to get that done too. But here's the thing. You won't pay for it for 36 months. 0 interest financing, nothing down at flooringdirectdfw.com/DZ.
Nothing down? Insane!
Just the floor.
How are they still in business? Anyway, my name is Dan McDowell.
I'm Jake Kemp.
I'm Blake Jones.
We have Clayton Kimbrough here. Foodie CK. We have Matt Grimm here. And here is Dallas Cowboys Training Camp in Oxnard, California. I was walking to Vaughn's last night, the grocery store. And then back and on a phone call and walked down to the beach. What a great location. Who picked our Airbnb?
You did an amazing job.
You're right, I did. That's insane.
It's a little far from Spencer's, but it's okay.
Oh, God. This guy.
But it is really close to our Froyo shop, and I appreciate that.
That helps you walk off that big, thick burrito that you eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually, I don't know if walk off actually works, but it is good for digestion.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about this last night as a forget guy.
Which, I'm glad you found your credential.
It was in the car. It was under the seat, wedged down in there.
Another tick on your I'm not drunk.
Yeah,
right. I still lost my credential.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the best I have in years. I'm mentally sharp.
Also, just to prove to Grimm that the food thing is not only a booze-related deal, I BOGO'd spicy chicken sandwiches from Popeyes last night.
At midnight.
No, it was midnight home time. It was like 10:15 out here.
He told me, Blake this morning said it was midnight here.
There's no way.
I thought
check.
My time could be wrong, but I thought it was pretty close to midnight.
No.
So wait. Yes, you ate
like
Popeyes. 10. You would kill me if I tried to go to a Subway. You're like, you're in California.
Yeah, I know. Subway, the fact that you just put Subway on Popeyes tier, I'm going to act like didn't happen. But your point is taken that it's a chain, right?
And you got it DoorDashed?
I didn't put it on the company card.
I'm just saying, though.
That was not the issue.
It was a buy one, get one. I just happened to see it on the app, and I was like, well, I'll just get a spicy chicken sandwich for today and one for tomorrow.
God, that means he went to the app not quite knowing what he wanted.
I was curious.
You're like a guy with the TV scroll thing.
Yeah.
With the
I was
app.
a little bit hungry and
I'm just
thought,
going to scroll through and see if there's anything here for me.
Pretty much. And then I was faced with something that would have really had you quaking in your boots. I needed ketchup. And they didn't send me any, but there was some in the fridge, like a third full bottle of ketchup. Would you have done that?
So I have a story that relates to that from this morning. And it also relates to, it's not just drunk Jake. It's just Jake. Because I'm getting up. I'm on Texas time.
We know. We ate dinner at 3:30 yesterday local time.
That was at 5:30. I thought it was a little late. Well, but by all accounts, everybody else had another meal afterwards, so just call that your late lunch.
Yeah, no, that's
when
how
you're
I'm
eating
thinking
dinner
about it.
with me,
But
that's late lunch, and then you guys all eat a full meal after.
But
No.
we're catering
This guy
to
got
your
Popeyes,
needs.
and I saw him eat half a pizza.
I heated up the
That
rest
guy's
of the
an
pizza
animal.
from the
I don't
night before.
understand him.
And tonight we're going to order.
Matt
we can't
said he
or-
went out to get a burrito.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
So, like, everybody is eating again, so just humor me. But anyway, so I'm getting up at
we're
7
humoring
a.m.
you by
I know,
doing
we're
it.
doing what you
We're-
want.
Yeah, so
These are the sacrifices
Well, you
that
don't
we
have to
make.
do what Can't I just do a thing alone? Do you have to be with me?
No, but then we get the passive-aggressive, I guess I'll go by myself.
All right.
I
Hey,
do
listen.
not do that. I
Listen,
love to be alone.
shift from
I do not wanna be with you.
Shift from defending yourself from criticism from him back into criticizing me.
Okay, good.
Go.
So this morning, I'm getting up Texas time. To me, that's 7 a.m. I mean, I wake up early and get the Wordle done. You know all the thing. So I got to film my morning routine. Do
I
you
would
feel like
love
I should
that.
be that guy?
Don't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
No, we
But
need
I
it
want
for the show.
You're going to see me doing
Doing
Wordle.
Wordle.
You're going to see me doing Immaculate Grid.
Yeah.
You're going to see me drinking a whole pot of coffee. Very weak
Flossing.
coffee.
Yeah.
So I walk to 7-Eleven to get a coffee. I get an extra large coffee so that I can come home and then pour it into another cup and then fill it half with water. And then I had that coffee. However, this morning, I walked to 7-Eleven and back. That's a couple thousand steps. By 7:15 a.m., Dallas time, which is 5:15 a.m. here, so I'm feeling good. Got back and realized I didn't bring the creamer. I can't drink the black coffee. You know, I'm afraid I won't go back to the creamer if I do try the black. So I go up to the fridge because I remember you said there was some extra creamer in there. And I picked it up and I looked down. I'm looking for an expiration date, and I couldn't. But it was like
January 2026.
Oh, you did look at it?
Yeah.
There's only a little left in it, and I just thought, you know what? I'll go get 2,000 more steps. So well, actually, no. Here's what I thought. Sorry,
love it.
Back to criticizing Jake. I thought, you know what? I don't want to walk all that way. Plus, I wouldn't mind getting a couple of those waters. So I'll just drive.
Okay.
We have a kind of a community car, and when you have a community car, Clayton might have seen me do this the other night. I said, hey, here's the keys. I'm going to leave them on the counter here because that's what you do. And if anybody wants the car, use the car. So I went up to the stairs after I looked through the I'm not going to use this creamer. Absolutely not. It was left over. I need an
Fine.
unopened creamer, so I looked for the keys, can't find the keys. And I figure they're in the room with Jake because he was the last guy with the car. So now I had to walk the other. I got the 2,000 steps again. Anyway, I've had 1 million steps today.
Okay.
Because I walked to 7-Eleven
this.
and back. But I left my coffee sitting at home so I could walk, and I just got a creamer, and I had to buy something else, like something
Like
small.
one of the small ones?
Yes.
Just one.
So this
One?
This is actually something I wanted to talk about because yesterday I was looking for something and it required me to go up and down the stairs 5 times. Clayton probably saw me, and it occurred to me this whole steps thing has just completely reframed what a beating it is to go back and forth doing shit. Like I wasn't bothered. I was like, well, this is steps.
Yeah, it's great.
Like you forget something in your car and you're like, well, I mean, at the end of the day,
That's
I'm
right.
getting 200 more steps. They completely just reframed this entire idea. That used to piss you off. Like, God, I got to go back and forth and back and forth.
No, I was kind of happy,
Almost
actually.
everything you do now that's kind of a beating, you're like, well, good. And you can thank RFK for that, I think, or something.
I'm thanking you
My question
for that extra
regarding
walk this morning.
well, just so you know, the keys were by the door where you walk out, like on the bench right by the front door in your room, like area. It was like,
Oh,
right, but
I'm not very observant.
But I will also tell you that was not the place we'd been putting them. And in retrospect, I should have done that. So last night I look at the catch-up. I don't really care but I wanted to know since you were concerned, and it said like June 26. So then,
What would it have had to say for you not to eat that ketchup?
June 2024.
it would have the text was merely me reporting on it. It was completely a smell sight thing, and I had
You would have
blown
eaten
past
a
that
2020 ketchup.
if it looked and tasted like good ketchup.
Okay.
So, but what I don't know though is when does the expiration date start? Like, there's no way that creamer's
Is it like sell by?
That's what I'm saying.
Sell by, but they say when you open it, like
Keep
that,
refrigerated, and it's
like there's something that happens when you open it.
that's what I'm saying. It's just surprising to me that coffee creamer has like you can open this and drink it if as long as it's been in the fridge 2 years later. That seems insane.
Right.
But
And I
I'm
won't
using
do
the
it.
same logic for the ketchup, really, which is like it says 26.
So speaking
I
of
don't know.
Jake walking up and down the stairs, I have a couple of pictures in there in today's day of air. Dan Photo 1 and Dan Photo 2. So let me just tell you this little story. So we have another sponsor out here, Moxie Energy. It is a drink. What's their website?
I'm hooked.
I think you can only get it on the web right now.
Right now, retail coming soon, but drinkmoxie.com.
Yeah, so
Good stuff. I'm an energy drink guy, so I feel comfortable evaluating these.
So they had sent us some product in Dallas, but then said, you know what? We're going to also send you a case in California. And so last night, everybody was talking about, or I was talking with Jake, and he was saying, I said, we got a case of that Moxie downstairs. And he said, I'd like to have some right now. Because I said, we'll just take it to the thing. He's like, I'll drink it now. I'm like, it's not refrigerated. He's like, I'll drink it now.
Got some ice?
So
We had Rangers baseball to get juiced up.
So we're all doing stuff. We're talking about the show, whatever. And then I decided, you know what? I'll go open that box and bring up some Moxie for Jake. And then I saw the first picture was a 6-pack of Moxie, or a 12-pack, but it was ripped open. Because I'll open something and try to open it a little nicer than that. And I thought, maybe Clayton had brought that Moxie from Dallas. And that's how Jake already had some. So I'll go downstairs, and I found some scissors, and I was going to open up the box. And then I go downstairs, and I see this. Like, it looked like a wild animal got in the house and tore open this box and then left it laying right there. It's just all messed up. Just the paper that was inside the box is just, what am I living with here? Are we in college? Is this our frat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, what are we?
He's ordering DoorDash at midnight.
Playing video games all
We're
You just turned 40 years old, son.
watching comedy specials.
Dude, I don't know.
Right.
Like,
You're watching Faces of Death. What are we doing next?
I don't know. I feel like I'm sort of like maturity or whatever, like Benjamin Buttoning a little bit.
Is this your midlife crisis?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Just start acting like I'm on old school. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That's how I open stuff. And also, that's just indicative of how much I wanted to get into that Moxie. Get those natural lion's manes mushrooms. I'm on mushrooms right now.
Boy,
For mental acuity and clean caffeine. And it doesn't taste like it was made to give a child medicine. If you're not an energy drinker, you might not get that. But most of it feels like, hey, we got to make this as sweet as possible because it's gross.
that's pretty funny you're wearing that powder blue because I had to beg you to turn the game back on last night.
You didn't have to beg me. You know that's
You just
horseshit.
wanted to see the local news hots.
I was doing research for the show. Lest we forget,
Now, do you agree with what he was saying yesterday?
we have a new segment.
The weather hots are like a different level
she
here.
doesn't know anything about
Bring me
weather.
up.
Okay. Where are you? How about that?
What's up, dude? Calliness.
I was doing research. The news out here is incredible. It's not just the hots. We'll get to it later. But they were down. Dude, Eovaldi was getting his
Yeah.
poop pushed.
Right.
And at that point, I don't really want to watch because there's no chance. The Rangers are just not. They don't have an offense to come back.
We flipped it off at 6-1, and then he became obsessed with this news story about this Indian guy getting beaten to death with a golf club.
Why are you spoiling the news? Like I do. I research these stories. I collect audio, the photo. Were you not entertained by the Indian guy who got beat by a golf club by a homeless guy?
Yeah, and I hate when the news does this. We're like, oh, beware, the following video may be too graphic for younger audiences. And then they blur the entire screen.
I know. It's
so
like,
now I got to
dude,
run to Twitter to find the actual video.
I was watching, like, Saddam Hussein torture his soccer team at school when I was 12. I think I can handle a photo of this guy.
Yeah.
But it was... So, we flipped it back when Blake said...
Hey, Langford, 3-run home run.
Yeah.
And then we got to see the walk-off.
Yeah, we few more innings. Once we got to extras, what did I say? I said it's over. Done for.
Yeah.
Look at the lineup. Seager's on at the plate. You got Higgy. You're
Now,
last out on
2 days
your
ago,
ghost
you
runner.
told me the season was over and you're not watching anymore.
I don't think I said I'm not watching anymore.
Well, you
I
did say
the
that like a
season is
month
o-
ago.
Did say that a month ago.
Okay, so you're back on the Rangers.
I don't know.
Are you reading books again?
No.
The Ernest book?
It's on the nightstand, but I have not. I've not cracked into
Should every hotel have an Ernest book in the nightstand?
a Gideon's urn.
So I went to our Froyo shop
New
last
Vern
night.
version.
Alone?
Again. Yeah, because
Yeah, he did.
I did the call with the family while walking to get my business burrito to digest. And then ran back to our yogurt shop, and I got my little cookie dough bites. It's just it's a very cute presentation.
It is.
And then
love
I got
the cup.
hit up by a homeless person on my way back. And, I'm a sucker for that.
You
but
don't say.
Really?
But I feel like I've hit my quota. Like, I don't have to help another one again in my life.
Another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You've adopted a homeless person.
Pretty
already.
much.
Yeah.
It's like when you adopt an African kid or something, you send whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. Or the animal. Like, no longer does Sarah McLachlan get to you after you've adopted an animal, right? So she said, I like your shoes.
Whoa.
It was a she. She said, I like your shoes. And I knew I could see this play coming. I didn't bite for the play action. Thank you. And she's like, if you had anything, and I knew that I hit my quota, so I just said, I can't help you. I'm sorry. And then I took a bite of my
Oh,
Froyo
you
cookie
did
dough.
not! You son of a bitch! Did you eat the spoon backwards, like real sarcastically?
I felt horrible, but I can't help you.
What is that eating my tongue? A snow cap?
No, it's cookie dough.
Tasty. Ooh. God, that sucks.
I had to fast walk back to our Airbnb. I was so
Dude, I
ashamed.
mean, people joke about this with white comedians with black wives, though. It's like, at some point you're like, boy, you could really kind of open up the offense here. And Blake's like, yeah, I can actually just laugh at homeless people because I've completely changed one's life. That works, though, but I used to get my dad used to try to do that with his at UPS. I think they would at a certain level mandate that a portion of your check went to the United Way, which was like their Teamsters charity thing. The whole thing felt like the effing mafia to me. It wasn't like going down to your local soup kitchen. And he would he would say that when homeless. He's like, it comes out of my check already. Like, I already donate. The United Way? And it used to be real popular, so they did.
Some guy laying in a puddle or something is like, oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
dude,
great.
Come on, man. So you got out of it.
Yeah, I got out of it. And then I think Dan's a little on edge this morning because I cut in front of his microwave line. Because he put his frozen broccoli in for like 5 minutes.
It's on the label.
Hey,
That's steamed broccoli.
That's just a long time to hog the microwave.
why don't you just put it in the oven?
Well, it's
Take care of it.
It's in a thing. It says steamed broccoli.
Could
and
you put it on a pan?
I don't think so. I think the way it's created is. I don't know.
I put
the
it
point
in-
is, I do have a microwave down in my level,
You didn't want it to smell?
and I should use that. I'm going to use that from now on because Blake's like, I don't want my food to smell like broccoli.
See, you give,
an
you give
extremely
fake
valid
Jake a nice
concern.
deep voice that's really masculine.
Yeah, why
do you
did
have to do
everyone
that
want to
for
have
me?
sex with fake
Because
Jake?
he has a masculine deep voice, and you're you.
No,
I
but
didn't want my chicken to smell like broccoli. So I just
Valid.
took Dan's out, I cut in line,
dude, I'm
and then I
fighting this
replaced
battle
it.
at home big time because I air fry frozen broccoli in the morning, and everyone is angry.
Because of the smell?
Yeah.
Boy, you should come over to my house and do it. I love it.
Y'all
I
will
will
have a
to
great time.
Put a little fan. I wanted you to air fry it and put a fan behind that on me as I'm like do it at 6 a.m. so I can wake up to that. Oh, others want to wake up to that smell of bacon.
God, that's so gross.
So on today's program, we didn't talk about what order to stack these. Tell the people, Jake or Blake, when is Shoddy?
Shoddy is 1:05.
Okay.
So I think we need to do our show until Shoddy, and then we'll take a break.
Okay.
Because it's hard. The press conference area is right there. We cannot do our show while there's a press conference going on.
Yeah, even our little Mystery Science 3K last show was drawing a couple looks.
Yeah.
A couple of looks, and that's okay. We just don't want big looks.
So we have Jake's story from the weekend, and I have a bunch of Shoddy stuff. And we
And
also
the Rangers.
Also, we can continue our off-air conversation. Dan and Jake talking Cowboys as they walked in to training camp. A couple of listeners manning one of the merch stores, too, over there.
All right.
A couple Cowboy employees. We heard somebody yell, "Dan!" And then they kind of hid. And I was like,
It was
"Who's
a lady.
over there?"
Ladies always.
It was a lady who's like, "Look, I'm a big Dan guy."
That's
Big
right.
Dan lady.
I'm drawing the ladies in
I'll talk Cowboys with
the help of Game Day Men's Health.
Oh, no doubt. Speaking
Yeah,
of, I got to
the
get
key
somebody
to
to shoot
muscles
me
and
up
wealth.
out here.
That's right.
I'll try
Jake
Javonte
brought
Williams
his
today.
testosterone. They have like a cream. Well, you didn't have to bring you don't have to be so.
They didn't
look
even
at
offer
me.
the cream to
Look
me.
at-
They
look
said,
who
"We know
I am."
you're a shot guy."
You are. You used to give your wife the shots, right?
Dude,
When you guys were both heroin addicts?
big needle too. That was much bigger than this needle. But we can do whatever you want, man. I'm ready for Cowboys. I'm ready for JP. You tell me.
Well, I don't know if your story got interrupted. Well, I'll just start with Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm fired up.
Because we got some shoddy stuff. This is all stemming off of the first game, which, by all accounts, not good. But
I don't.
they held like everybody out. I saw like on Bob's rankings, he had like out of the top 32 players on the team, like 4 of them played, and 2 of those were Brian Anger and Brandon Aubrey. So I don't know. That's pretty interesting. Oh, that by the way, that also spurred a Brad Sham turned into George Teague moment on Twitter
Okay,
because he had to go protect the star.
let's do it.
Oh, come on in.
Heck yeah. Where's your little buddy? Is he coming too?
I came over earlier without him.
Ooh,
I was double dipping where I'm at. I'm over here.
Yeah, the
Special-
headset right there.
trip for us.
All right, what was I saying though? Okay.
Shoddy post game. They
Bob-
were playing.
Bob.
Bob and Sham.
Oh, that they appeared
yeah.
to have a bad game, and the question was, why did they rest so many players? And, the thought is, why did Shoddy rest so many players? And then I think some people are of the mind of, well, Shoddy's not really making that call. That goes higher than Shoddy, which would be, of course, the Joneses. And Brad Sham thought he would disagree and wanted to get into a nice fight about it, which I always love.
Yes.
Sports Coop jumped into that.
Yes.
Or Coop.
Coop.
Sports Delkus jumped into that.
Right. Yep.
And actually,
That's when you know it's
was
camp.
fighting a little bit on Twitter, and I love what I'm seeing right here. I love the worry about the cleanliness of our headphones.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy.
Because that is my game.
Oh yeah. No. Listen, I've worked in radio, TV, and before COVID, I was spraying down microphones, mic coverings.
I'm right with
and all
you,
that.
man.
Because one, I don't see one lady out here. I don't see, and dudes are just nasty.
Dude, I'm living with the nastiest of them.
Oh my god!
You should try to be in our place.
Like I've been in studios that are nastier than some locker rooms. So guys spit talk, guys dip and spit.
This is Jesse Holley.
Hey guys. So
By the
I'm
way.
always,
From
I respect it.
DLLS,
yes,
correct?
yes.
Are you guys staying in an Airbnb together?
We are.
Are they disgusting as these guys are?
No.
Okay.
Jeff cooks. He cleans.
We got a guy who cooks.
Yeah,
that helps.
he's very domestic. Clarence is never there. He's always
Moving
That's
and
great.
shaking.
he's outside. Clarence is outside, and our producer John Anderson. John is very isolated. He's very isolated. He's like either in his room on the computer doing technical stuff, or like in a corner in like the dining room area.
So I thought we had some Jesse Holley, like we had a beef or something a while ago, right? Didn't you block him, or he blocked you?
No beef. Then this is why it's a nice.
Is this a Twitter block thing?
No. It's a nice intro into the from the Brad and Coop and Bob thing. So we talked. So I was blocked for several years.
You blocked him?
But hold on.
I guess so.
But we then spoke at Jamie Newberg's class together.
Yeah.
Had a good time, and afterward I was like, "Hey," and I explained this, and the next day he hit me with the Predator Arnold and Carl Weathers.
You know what happened? I think it was. You know how sometimes you'll have this mass Twitter
response.
fight.
People are mad at you. Why'd you say that? Why'd
And
you
so
say
like
that?
everybody's responding to something that I have said, and I think Kemp just caught he caught a wave of other people's disrespect, and I just was like, that's it.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't specifically targeted towards him. It might have been something that was just like one of those
Yeah, it was
clean sweep.
I think, and also
Is this when you were playing?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm not tweeting NFL player. That's like the biggest level of loser shit in the world. No, he was in media, and it was okay. So it was. I don't know if we can find the photo, Blake, but
I
it
can
was
find
when
it.
it was when Tony Romo suited up for the Mavericks, right? Because God knows the Cowboys didn't do anything for retirement, so he's out there. He's doing warm ups. He was in a team photo. This is like the worst of the worst Mavs. I was doing the post game show at the time, and there was a photo of him. Tony's always looking Tony, kind of goofy. And he had a Mavs jersey on, and he was kind of like looking down with this like crazy look in his eyes, but looking down. And Jesse posted it and said something to the effect of, when you accidentally, or when you get it in her hair, when you accidentally get it in her hair.
Nice. Okay.
And I thought it was the funniest effing tweet I had seen in
Yeah.
so long, and I think I might have just been like, holy shit, or something like that. Quote tweet retweeted it. Got swept up in a Holley raid, and lived to tell about it though.
Yeah.
But it was so funny.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was nothing that was like. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it was just one of those deals where
Sure.
it just
Also, Twitter's Twitter.
he got caught in it. You know what I mean?
It's not a
I
real-
think because people, you got to remember at that time there was this great divide, right? There was this great divide on Dak versus Tony, and Tony has a contingency of fans that in that particular moment were like outrageous. And I'm a Tony guy. Not that I'm not a Dak guy, but Tony's my guy. And so I think when I made the joke, a lot of his fans then became a little bit irate, like, how dare you, you scrub, Tony did this for you and Tony did that for you. And when people get on that level, I just go, all right, well, listen, if you don't have a little bit of sense of humor, then you're not for me. And I just started kind of like bloop, bloop, bloop. And I think him just got caught up in the.
Yeah, it
But
was
it's all
also a
love.
time of Twitter where people were way more like, ugh, can't say this, can't say that.
Yeah.
But I remember, getting to sit down with you at Newberg's thing and hearing about everything that happened in that season when when everything happened. And could you kind of retell what happened there with, like, you make the plays in the game? Was it Dez out?
Dez was out.
Dez is out.
Miles got hurt.
And so, you proved yourself there, and then what happened after that? Like, I know it's a painful story, but I feel like, to be honest with you, like, I think a lot of people, like, my brother worked in the NFL for a little bit, right? But on the edges. And I think a lot of people don't know, like, they know how it is for guys at the top, but I don't know if they know, like, the human ups and downs week to week of guys on the margins.
Yeah, no, 'cause when you're a guy like me, you're always fighting for a chance, right? Everything, every day. This is why, you come out to training camp and you see some of these guys. I was like floored. I'm like, all these guys didn't play in this preseason game. I'm like, who the hell are these guys that think they don't have to play in these preseason games? But you're always fighting for a chance, always fighting to prove yourself, always fighting this uphill battle, which, cool, fine, I make a great living. I'm playing a kid's game, getting paid a boatload of money to do so. But in that particular season, Dez had went down. We had week 2. We had played the Jets on 9/11 in New York.
Yeah.
Right. It's this big game, and Dez gets hurt in that game. He has like a deep thigh. And this is the game that at the end of the game we lose the game. Dez and Tony aren't connecting on a route. Rivers intercepts it.
I remember that.
Closed the game out. Yeah. Tony took credit. Tony took the blame for it, but let's just say it wasn't Tony's fault. Anyway,
That happened a lot?
yeah. Anyway, and so the next week we come into the game. We're playing the Niners in San Francisco, and Dez is not practicing, and I'm now in the rotation. I'm in the mix here. Like I'm in 11 personnel, and at the time it was Dez, it was Miles Austin was on that team, and Kevin Ogletree and Dwayne Harris, and so. But I'm in the mix, right? And I'm getting excited because. And here's a look into the nature of behind the scenes is you don't wish injury on anybody, especially your own teammates. You're also not mad when it happens in your position group. I'm just telling you the truth. Like if you're a guy who's trying to get up in there, you're like, man, I don't want nobody to get hurt, but
I mean, it's
if
not.
you can't go this week,
the way I think of it is like, well, you're still about the team. You think you can help the team.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's not like a selfish thing of like, oh, me instead of him. It's
So
just, I think I can help.
So when Dez is battling this deep thigh contusion all week long, I'm like, yeah, young fella, take another week off if you need to. You know what I mean? I'm like, take the week off if you need to. And so it's a game time decision, and he doesn't go, right? So now I'm like, this is great. It's me, Miles, and Kevin Ogletree. I'm in there in 11 personnel. We run a ton of 11 personnel. And then leading up to the game, I'm standing in the training room, and Kevin is on the table getting his ankles taped, and we're just going over some last-minute things. I'm like, hey, Kale, don't forget, hey, when we go to this personnel, you're going here, I'm going there, but when we go to this personnel, we're switching back to this and that.
Because you guys were both inside, outside?
Yes. Yeah, so we're just making sure on certain things that, we were straight. And then Coach Rob walks up, wide receiver coach at the time, and as if I'm 6'3", 220 pounds, 15 pounds at that time, as if I'm not standing there, he walks up and he talks to Kevin Ogletree, and he goes, hey, KO, when we go to this, you're going here now. When we go to this, you're going here now. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to it, and I'm just like, wait, that's where I go in these things. So if he's going there, where the hell am I going? And Coach Rob just walks away, never says a word to me. And then I'm like, Coach, he's like, oh, yeah, Dwayne's going to go there, Dwayne Harris. And I'm like, what?
I'm the one.
I'm like, what happened? Like I was in the, and now I'm back regulated to the sideline again, and I am livid to the point where I am actually crying angry tears in the pregame. And thanks God for John Kitna. He comes up to me and he goes, do you get a uniform today? I said, yeah, but it's not the same. He goes, listen, enough with the crying. He goes, you got a chance to make an opportunity. You have an opportunity to make a play today. Somehow, some way, don't worry about it. So we go through first quarter, second quarter, and the game is back and forth game. It's a good game, right? But the whole time, Dwayne can't line up right. He's lining up in the wrong spots. He doesn't know where he's supposed to go. Now, this was happening in practice. I don't know why they thought it wasn't going to happen in the game. It had been happening in practice. So we finally get to the point. Tony goes out, right? We later on find out it's a broken rib and punctured lungs. John Kitna comes in, makes a couple plays. But then we get to the fourth quarter, and sure enough, break the huddle, Dwayne lines up in the wrong place. We got to bang a timeout because he has to go figure it out where he's on the other side. We bang a timeout. Jason Garrett is livid. And I'm standing right next to my coach, but I can hear him screaming, get him the out of the game. That's it. Get him out. And so coach goes, Jess, go in. I'm like, bet. So go in, and people remember the big play, like at the end of the game, but people
you had a read.
Right. But people forget that there were
like a over?
two slants. There were two slants that we had to run on key third downs to keep the drive alive to get to the field goal in overtime. And so I make these plays, and then we go to overtime. And overtime come, and Tony is like killing. He's like hurting. He could barely talk in the huddle, and I'm standing right next to him. And Jason Garrett called 585 Harveys. It was a staple route that we ran. Everybody knew that we ran. It was a stupid route. Everyone hated it, but it was a part of Jason Garrett's offense. And so it comes in, and Tony, he looks, and he kind of goes, F it. Let's go win this game. and he called the play called Z Poker. And what was special about Z Poker was only Miles ran Z Poker. Let me back up. Before we get to overtime, we're in the fourth quarter, and I catch a slant. Miles catches a play, and he makes the first down, and he comes back to the huddle, and he goes, "I'm done." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, this is happening in the huddle. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "My hamstring is shot. I'm done." I'm like, "You can't be done. Like, what are we going to do? No Dez, no Miles? What are we going to do?" He was like, "You'll have to figure it out because I can't run anymore."
And in that 5-8-5, is he running the 8? Is he the one that you need to push deep? Yeah. Miles? Okay.
Well, yeah. Like, he's in that. But, like, so fast forward, we get to Z Poker. Z Poker is a Miles Austin route. It is a special play for Miles. Only Miles runs it. He's the only one that practices it. Like, it is a Miles. The reads are in that play. When you hear Tony kill the play when he goes kill. He kills it to the Z Poker. It was a run play. Kill the Z Poker if we got the right look. He kills it to Z Poker. The reads in Z Poker is Miles 1, Miles 2, Miles 3, throw it out of bounds. Like, that's the read. It is a all or nothing play for Miles Austin. And we break the huddle, and I'm like, wait a second, I'm the Z. This is coming to me. If we run Z Poker, this is coming to me. And sure enough, you see Tony go kill, and I'm like, oh, this is coming to me.
Can I stop you right there?
Yeah.
So I don't remember the down and distance. Do you? Obviously,
first down.
First down.
It's the first play. They punted the ball to us.
Right. Okay. So as an option, you're in the position where you're the primary. Are you hoping that your option is to go? Like, are you lining up thinking, I hope to God he's even because I'm leaving?
Because that safety has to come down.
Or are you nervous?
No.
I'd rather just get an 8-yarder here and start this drive off. Or are you I hope he gives me the look?
I'm hoping the look comes, right? Because catching the ball, I never had a problem. I'm not worried about that part. I'm hoping the look. Because if the look isn't there, he changed the play in the huddle. To this play. So if the look isn't there, Jason's probably screaming at him, and he's probably, maybe doesn't come back to it again. You don't have the opportunity again.
Especially with it being you, frankly.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
With it being me, they're like, I'm not taking a shot again.
Yeah.
So I'm praying for the look, and the look is, and this is why I say that it's an all or nothing play, because if we're talking about being two high safeties, right? Let's go to a little football university here, right? We're talking about it being two high safeties, meaning that safeties are on both hashes. The play is I run 10 yards in, 4 more yards to 14 yards, and then I turn up in between the two of them, and we get a completion. Like, that's the first option in it, if we keep it on that. But if we go and this safety now is coming down, right? Now I'm playing off this safety where I'm acting as if I'm coming in to block him because we're going to do a play action, and then I keep it back up. And so I run away from that safety.
But you don't turn back.
No, I don't. I keep going up the field, right? And so now Dante Whitner, who was the safety, he starts creeping down, and now he's coming into the box because Jason Garrett's offense on first down, we're normally running it. So Tony, the brainiac of Tony goes, I know what we normally do. I got to throw a loop in it, all right? And so that's why he went to that. And so I was praying for the look. And when I started seeing Dante creep down, I'm like, oh, it's happening. And so when it all comes together, and I'm waiting for the ball now. Like, I'm looking back, and I'm just like, I'm waiting to see the ball come over the horizon. And when it does, I'm just like, great. I knew I was going to catch it.
That's not an easy catch either, though. Like, the body adjustment, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, over the shoulder, like,
I don't know. I mean, well, you played in the NFL.
Yeah, to me, that's a normal. Like,
man, I used to struggle with that one.
Yeah, like most people do, like seeing it over, like tracking it. But that was an easy catch for me. So being able to do it, and then it was just run as fast as I could, and then I got run down. But funny note, I got a chance to watch the premiere last night of the Gambler and the Cowboys, and I left there, and I was just like, I wanted to like stand up, like you guys remember Coming to America, the first Coming to America, when they're at the St. John's game, and he's like, yes, in the face. I wanted to stand up because if you remember back to that NFC Championship game in '92, Alvin Harper is running. Michaels goes, I'm running that route. Harp, you go over here, and he goes to Alvin Harper. He got run down too in San Francisco.
Okay, fantastic.
So I'm like, yes, I'm not the only one that got run down. Look at Alvin Harper got run down in San Francisco just like me. Talk about that. So, yeah, I want to be like, in the face, it's not just me.
You should have.
I know.
What was it like in there last night?
Amazing. amazing. You know, the very first thought that I had after watching that, I said to myself, damn, he did it again. He did it again.
What, reeled you back in?
He don't miss. He doesn't. Jerry Jones doesn't freaking miss. The way that and we're all, I think we're all, I don't know about you, look a little young.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
34.
Okay.
I'm 40.
Yes.
He's 49.
So we're in the age group to know everything that happened in 1992 in the NFC, right? You've been around long enough to know. You know the outcome of the game. You know the plays that happened in that game. You know who played in that game. You know everything about the game. But the way, so we watched. We went right to episode 3. Episode 3 sits in the 1992 NFC Championship game, Cowboys, Niners, that whole thing. And so the way that they're talking and the way that they shot it is, you hear from Bill Romanowski, you hear from Jerry Rice, you hear from Steve Young, you hear from
Eddie DeBartolo?
Eddie DeBartolo. You hear from the head coach with Seifer. Then you hear from Michael. You hear from Emmett. You hear from Troy. You hear from Charles. You hear from Jerry. You hear from Jimmy. Right. So they're playing the scene, and it's the dominant Niners versus the upstart Cowboys. And you're hearing it from both sides, right? You're hearing Steve Young talk about, man, it's 1992. I'm the MVP of the league, but Joe Montana is healthy now. He's on the sideline, and he's ready to go. Talk about pressure, right? And Jerry Rice and Bill Romanowski talking about, man, it's one of the most physical games I've ever played in, and then Michael and Emmett, and it is. But then as they reel you in, you're on the edge of your seat, it cuts, and it goes back to like 1960, and it talks about Jerry at Arkansas and him and Jimmy being teammates, and it cuts again to him, borrowing $800,000 to drill in an oil well that led to $100 million, and some family stuff, and how he was a shoe salesman and pizza and RV mobile homes and all that kind of stuff, and how he almost got into bed with Jimmy Hoffa, trying to buy the San Diego Chargers. But it's like, it's taking you in this game, and it's like you're there, and you're hearing these intense back locker room conversations about what's happening, though you know the outcome of the game and how this stuff played out. The way that they cut it, the cinematography of it was chef kiss, and you're hearing the nostalgia. You're hearing Pat Summerall, you're hearing John Madden. To me, I'm like, this is the essence of football, right? You're hearing Pat Summerall, Emmitt Smith, he plows ahead, it's like, John Madden's like, whoa, hey guys, and I'm just like, damn, this is what I grew up on. Yeah. This is the essence of football when you're hearing these names, and of course you hear Michael talking, Emmett talking, Dion talking, all these guys, the passion that they're talking about, and hearing it now from the Niners perspective, and the way that they did it, man. I left and I said, damn it, Terry did it again. Freaking did it again. He got it. This is going to be I'm telling you, if you know anything about Jesse Holley, and I know what people are going to say, I am not a carry the water dude. I'm not a company man. I say what I want. I say when I want to say it. I don't care what network. I work on the Dallas Cowboy Network, and I say what the hell I want.
They seem to be okay with that.
I get called to the principal's office every now and again when I get a little bit too much in depth. But that's who I am, all right? And so this is not me doing this whole PR carry the water for Jerry Jones. I'm not. I'm just like the rest of y'all. I'm tired of the bull. I want to see victories. I want to see wins. I want to be a part of it. I want to go and cover a Super Bowl, right, in my adult life when I'm a part of the media, while I'm still here. So I want them to win, and I don't think they're close to us seeing that. But I said, damn it, he got me again. And this is, I'm telling you, it's a 7-part series. You're going to see one part in another episode where they take you to the owners' meetings. And, when the whole Jimmy and Jerry thing really, and he says it in there, and he's like, stay right here because you're about to see I'm about to fire this mother. And then it cuts off. I'm telling you, like, you're going to see.
Have you seen them all?
I've seen just about all of them. I've seen a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen, there's 7.
So
I've
you're
seen
saying
4.
Jerry has done it again as far as putting out something entertaining that we're all going to be sucked into, kind of like 4th and Long.
Yeah.
because we were so into that, and it's still amazing that
It really is.
that it ever occurred in history, and I don't even know if, like, were you old enough to watch Fourth and Long? Do you know what Fourth and Long is?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
So, like, kids younger than 30 though probably don't even realize
Right.
there was a reality show.
No, yeah, I was all about it at the time, and I remember certain scenes from that show, and I would tell myself all the time because I think Michael Irvin had to tell you, not to throw you under the bus or anything, but eat for purpose.
No,
not
that's
for pleasure.
Montrell. That's Montrell. That wasn't me.
Wasn't
That's
it?
Montrell Jones. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
because every time I
Yes.
start a diet, I
Yeah.
think of Michael Irvin.
Yes.
Eat for purpose.
Wait, so what was he
Pleasure.
saying?
Yeah, Montrell
what?
ate everything, and he was a good player. Fat as hell. He was fat as hell, throwing up. Like, it was Montel, and
Okay.
Montrell, really good player. Played high level at Louisville. He started at Tennessee, transferred to Louisville. Played high level football. Like, this is not fat as hell. Could not stay off. And for us, the food was readily available to us, but there was options, and he always chose the bigger of the options. And so that's what he was talking about,
Yeah.
Montrell, because he's
Okay.
like, you're throwing up, you're not in shape, and he's like, eat for purpose, not for pleasure. Yeah, that was Montrell. But that's a
many-
good memory.
Do you
How many
think
guys
that-
were on that show? Trying
12. So let me give you the backstory of the numbers of that show. When I did it,
So it's a reality. Just for people who don't know, it's a reality show. Michael Irvin hosted it, and they had a bunch of players come in, and the winner of the show gets an invite to training camp.
Yes.
There are
Right.
a
Nothing
limited
guaranteed.
invite.
This
Correct.
is-
It is a limited.
But there's a limited number of
Yes.
players who can be invited to training camp, and Jerry worked it out with Michael and said, you know what, I'll give you the last one. Was it 90?
80.
80.
80.
So number 80 you can have. The guy's not going to make the team, whatever. Number 80 probably never makes the team
Right.
anyway. It doesn't matter, so we'll do this bit.
Right.
But it's still amazing that it was done. Okay,
No,
sorry.
and
Now
so
the
like
backstory.
the numbers to it all.
And this is 2009. I believe.
2009, right? So I'm at that time. I'm out of the league. Let me just give you my backstory. I'm out of the league. I am broke.
You had little training camp cup of coffee or what?
Had
you ever
No, I
played?
did my rookie season in Cincinnati.
Okay, so
I
you
was on the
played in the
practice
NFL.
Yeah, I was on a practice squad in Cincinnati for like 10 weeks, and I got released like in November.
Okay, so you had never been on the regular roster.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. But this is it. So I'm there in 2007 in Cincinnati, right? And then I spent a little bit of time in the CFL in British Columbia, Canada for the BC Lions. At this point in time, I'm out of the league. I'm broke. And I don't mean rich broke. I mean broke. I'm living on a futon in a friend's back room in Durham, North Carolina, and I'm working as a security guard. Top flight security of the world, Craig. Whistle. Not a gun. I got a whistle and a flashlight. And I'm doing that on the graveyard shift, and I'm working at a T-Mobile in the morning from 10 to 3. So I'm working from 11 to 7. I'm training from 7:30 to 9:30 every day, and I'm working from 10 to 3 at T-Mobile.
You training by yourself?
Me and my high school, my best friend.
Okay.
He's still living in North Carolina. We went, and when I tell you this is rundown, this is some Rocky One type rundown. The equipment in this gym was, if other gyms were renovating and throwing away equipment, they went and picked it up. And they duct taped it. Like, you're doing lat pull downs, and the wire is like, I'm like, this is going to break any moment now. Any moment now, someone's going to pull this thing down, and they're going to crack their forehead wide open. But the membership was like $6 a month. It was a tape on the back of the benches. It was run down. Pillows, because they don't have any more cushions. It's all I could afford.
Yes.
And so I get a call for this show, and we do the auditions, and just fast forward, we do these
What do they tell you
auditions.
at the beginning? Like, what is the first call?
The
like?
first call is,
like, for
hey-
example, we just talked to a guy who went on a reality show where they said, hey, do you want to come on this show where you just marry a lady you've never seen before? He did it,
Yeah.
and now he's with her like 7 years later. Do they call you and tell you specifically it's the Cowboys?
No.
That's okay.
They said it's a reality TV show based around football. You want to be a part of it.
That's just incredibly vague.
Just
And do you get paid for just being on the show? Nothing? Not like $1,000? Okay.
opportunity.
The Big E exposure.
You get opportunity, and you get
and food. Obviously, you didn't have to pay for the food.
Yeah, I think you got like a per diem. It was like $75 a day, right? Whatever that totaled out to at the end of it all, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there was food there, and so they did auditions in 5 cities. There are 4 cities, but they did 2 in L.A. They did 1 in Dallas, 1 in Ohio, 1 in Orlando. And I went to the one in Orlando, and I'll save you the backstory actually how I got to Orlando, but even that's a miracle. And so I do that, and then I get a call to go to California to do another audition.
I'm sorry, I don't want to take these parts of the story for granted.
Yeah.
What's the audition in Orlando like?
So what they want you to do is a 2-day audition. They want you to come in, and they want to see you on camera. And so they want to have you in this room and to ask you questions and see how you are in scenarios on camera. And then the other one is like an on-the-field tryout. Like, they want to see you move, like run routes and do things like that. It was receivers and DBs. And so that's what the 2-day event was about. But when I got there, the producer, who was familiar with who I was, said, he goes, I know that you can play. So you don't have to do the other audition. I want to see what you are on camera. And
they don't want a real boring...
Right. They want someone who's going to be able to carry a show,
man.
On camera. And it was interesting because when we get to L.A., they're doing these things on camera. And this is when I knew, like, reality TV show is a different beast. So imagine this. This is how they do it. And when we get to California, you're sequestered in your room. You cannot leave. You cannot go anywhere. If you do, you're automatically eliminated. You're in this room by yourself. You do not know the day or time that you're going to be leaving, where you're going, who's coming to get you, nothing. Right? Then your phone rings in your room. And they go, come down to room 103. So you come down to room 103, and there's chairs like this sitting in there. And there's a camera, and there's nobody in the room.
It feels very like Hostel or Saw.
So they come in there, and you sit down, and all of a sudden you hear like a voice, like God. Is like, do you think you're the best receiver here? I'm in a room by myself on a show about football. What do you think my answer is going to be? Absolutely. I can't tell you who's in. I don't know who's here. I don't know who's here. Nobody knows who's here. And so they ask you a couple questions, and they're asking these different scenarios, whatever, and then they send you back to your room. Maybe 5 or 6, 7 hours go by. They call you back down to this room.
Hours? You're just
sitting
you
in your room.
You got to stay there?
You got to stay in your
Getting
room.
off Fire Romo tweets.
You know what I mean? And so you come back down, but this time, now when you come back down, there's a random dude who you have no idea who he is. He's in the room. And they ask the same question. Who do you think the best wide receiver in this room is?
So wait, you're sitting next to a guy now?
I don't know who he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they'll go, and I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, and I'm like, me. He's like, why do you think you're the best? I'm like, I run the best, da, da, da. And then they're like, so do you think he's the best? And the other guy's like, hell no. And so now I'm looking at this dude, he's looking at me, and I'm like, you don't? And he's like, I don't. And then they'll go, you can go. And then you're in your room, and then they'll say, hey, we're bringing dinner. Dinner's at this room. And then you'll come down and get your dinner, and then you'll go back to your room. And then you come down again, and there's 3 guys in the chair. 3 different dudes. They're not the same guy that you saw earlier.
So now same thing?
Now it's like, can any of these guys cover you, Jesse? I don't know if they're DBs or not. And I'm like, they don't have a shot in hell. And they're like, oh, I'll lock you up, blah, blah, blah. So now this whole mind thing is happening, and we don't even know what's happening. We don't even know what's happening.
Thinking, is this the reality show?
I'm
Am
thinking,
I already on it?
But you're asking me a question. What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Right? I'm trying to get on this show, so my answer is going to be a
You're going to answer
confident,
whatever you think that they want.
It's going to be a confident answer. Now, it just so happened, I truly do believe this. I truly believe I was the best one there. I truly believe none of these dudes could. So you go through all this, and then you're there. We're there for 6 days. And it's 6 days of this. Locked in your room. You leave, you go do, we went to do a psych test.
Did you have to pay for the porn block in the hotel or the 8-hour? If you're in the room all day.
Yeah, you're in the room all day.
All day, yeah.
And this is the mental gymnastics that they're playing with you. You leave and then you go do like a physical, like EKG, all that kind of stuff. Like you go do all of this and then you go back to your room and you're in there for hours. And then they pop you out. They'll put you in this room and they'll ask these questions. And it's different people. We're doing this like 5 or 6 days and then we go back. And so now we get a call that
You're back in North Carolina?
I'm back in North Carolina. And now they get a call and say, you've been one of the 12. Now, when I tell you the numbers of it, all when I initially came on, they faxed me. We're in this time. We're not in e-signatures type level. Like this is, so they faxed me a sheet that I had to fill out all the kind of information and send it back that I want to be a part of this. He said from that, we received over 100,000 of these entries. He says from that 100,000, we went and we offered auditions in 2 in LA, Dallas, Ohio, Orlando. He says from that, we had 22,000 people we auditioned in those 5 auditions. From that 22,000, we picked 50 of you that went to LA. It was 50 of us there. All right, and we did
Do you ever think they were lying about that 100,000 thing just to make it sound better? That feels like the lie to me.
I don't think so.
Because you didn't respond to an ad. They called you, right?
Yeah, but there were ads out. I just never saw it.
Okay. All right.
But what they were doing was they called every Division I, 2, and 3 university in the country. And they asked, like, the PR people, do you have anybody? Because that's how I got the heads up. Kevin Best was our PR guy at Carolina.
Someone who was pretty good, fell through the cracks maybe.
They want to know someone who had a personality but actually can play ball on Sunday.
Uh-huh.
And so when Kevin called me and said, I don't know what it's about, this is what they called me. I'm just calling you to tell them that I gave your information.
Okay.
And so they called every Division I, 2, and 3 university in the country, trying to find players.
So you started with 100,000, 50, pared it down.
12.
Now where are we at?
We're at 12 that get invited to the show.
Now,
6 wide receivers, 6 DBs.
Okay.
And I'm the one. I win it all. And then now I go back to the back of the line.
How long was the show?
2.5. The show we were 2.5 months, and we lived. People don't believe this, but this is the honest to God truth. We lived in the Cotton Bowl.
Like you slept at the Cotton Bowl.
In the Cotton Bowl.
And this is not. You got to know the Cotton Bowl.
I gotta
is
be
not
honest.
Jerry World.
No.
The Cotton Bowl is a beating. It
is a huge beating.
It's a dump.
But there was a time when I was a kid where that would have been like the sickest thing in the world to me.
Yeah, not air conditioned.
Shit, I'm at the Cotton Bowl.
They put like they makeshift. Like they made walls, right? So like the locker room was the locker room, and they put a wall up. Talk about filth. The locker room / our kitchen.
Yep, probably passing code,
right?
For sure.
Then they put a wall up, another wall, and it had like a TV room. It was like a couch. It was like a foosball table. There was a TV that we were not allowed to watch. Go figure. And then there was another. Then there was another wall where the bathrooms are at, where our beds were, and we slept 6. We slept 2, 2, 2. So if a dude farted, he was right on top of you. You know what I mean? And the only place that they couldn't record by law was the bathroom. You go to the bathroom.
So they had a camera set up in that bedroom.
It had camera set up everywhere. You were mic'd up at all times. Everywhere. There were cameras everywhere in this place. And they took away our cell phones. They took away our laptops. They took away our computers. They took away iPods. You had zero contact with the outside world. Zero.
For
2.5 months.
What'd your family think at the time? Were they like, anything for an opportunity? I mean,
how about the cell phone store where you worked or whatever?
I had to. I quit. I had to quit the night job because my boss wouldn't give me the time off to go to LA for the audition. So I quit that job. My T-Mobile boss was actually a Carolina Tar Heel fan and knew me from college and was like, "Do what you got to do. We'll figure it out when you come back. If you need a job, you still have a job." So thank God, Don McCarty. Shout out to Don McCarty. So I not tell my family that I was leaving.
You want to rip that a-hole that wouldn't like
get the flip side.
Yeah. I mean,
hand it to him.
Quarterman. He was Sergeant Quarterman. He's dead. But I'm well.
Good riddance, Quarterman.
He was a mean
karma.
A mean old bastard. You're doing great, Jesse. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man. And so we get to the Cotton Bowl and we live.
Can I ask you one more thing?
Yeah,
Are you freaking out financially at this point because you're having to quit these jobs to go take this opportunity? I mean, it's not like those aren't jobs you couldn't maybe eventually get again.
No,
sort of job.
But what you have to remember is this is 2008. We're in the recession.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, this is great.
We're in the
Yeah.
recession.
We were happy to have housing.
Right when I graduated college.
We're in the recession now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm college degreed up and couldn't get a job.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so what ended up happening was I remember calling my brother before I left the show, and I said, I need $1,000. He said, for what? And I said, listen, these bills are already past due, but let me just get $1,000 will kind of keep me from them, like, really. Because I had already, like, my car should have been towed because I couldn't afford car insurance, and I got pulled over. The cop let me go. She drove me back to the apartment complex where I was staying, took my license plates and said, when you get insurance and coverage for this car, you can actually, come down to the station and you'll give you your plates back. I stole plates from another car in the parking lot and put them on my car so I can go to work. So I'm driving around with
fraudulent.
I'm riding as dirty as you can ride. Part of the reason why I didn't drive to Orlando was because I'm like, imagine me in the back roads of Alabama getting pulled over, and these tags are to a Toyota Camry, and I'm driving an Infiniti.
To go, and you're like, hey, officer, I'm going to be on a reality show for football. He's like,
Yeah. Okay, black boy. Good luck with that. How
now, if you can make it to Saturday or Sunday, he's on board.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. He's like, I'm like, what about the white only pies? He's like, you won't find out this time. So I get to the Cotton Bowl, and we're living inside the Cotton Bowl for 2.5 months. Zero communication. We got to write letters, but they had to read the letter that you wrote to send it out. And if you got anything like sent to you, they had to read it before they gave it to you. Like, it's totally like jail. Minus the shanks.
So you can't be writing like Michael Irvin's an a-hole.
No.
Okay.
Can't tell them about the show. Can't tell them about what's going on, who got eliminated, any of that. And then every so often, it would be a competition, and you would get like 3 minutes of a phone call.
Was the show airing while you guys were there, or
No.
did it air
After?
Well, after. Okay,
So
it was all in the can.
So it shot during what would be mini camp and OTAs, and it shot during that time, and then aired leading up to training camp.
Okay.
So it was 10 episodes that led up to training camp, which made the culmination of training
and then
camp.
all of a
being
sudden,
here
the
I am.
guy that won.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we go and do that, and it was, man, I've never been to jail. I have no future plans of going to jail, but that 2.5 months just being isolated, like the way it plays on your mental. And then having to always be on, like, imagine every single day you're competing with, because naturally I compete against DBs. DB compete against wide receivers. That's natural, right? That's the circle of life. But I'm also now competing against another wide receiver because he wants my spot. So I'm competing here, I'm competing there, and I'm competing here. And then Michael and God bless Joe Alvarzano and Bill Bates are the coaches, and it's a constant. And Michael is literally trying to kill us. Not making this up. There were several times when we were shooting where the producers had to come out of the truck and like, hey, listen, you have to stop because someone's going to die. The way that he had us. We had one episode where we were running, I'm not lying, for 7-8 hours straight. It started with like this long run, and then he wasn't satisfied, so we did 110s, but then we had to do 110 with parachutes, then we had to run up and down the Cotton Bowl Stadium. It was like guys were having full body cramps, and like someone can die here.
There wasn't like a medical.
Yeah, we had one on there.
Okay.
Yeah, her name was Holley.
Okay.
Yeah, she was there,
Just
and she was like, "Hey, you got to stop," and he's like, "Run him again."
Yeah, because I mean, imagine like every other workout that these guys are doing is regulated by some body.
Yeah,
the school.
We had a trainer
UIL.
there. Shout out to Will. Will was there, was our trainer, like our physical strength conditioning trainer, and then Holley was our medical person there, our trainer, a medical person there, and we had. But even she's like calling to the truck like he has to stop. Like these guys are having full body cramps. Like this is gonna end bad, and like the producer had to come out of the truck and was like, Mike, I know you want to make somebody quit, but you're gonna make somebody die.
Yeah, it's like that kid was myocarditis or something. What was that kid the push-up thing in DFW?
Yeah. And so we had that, like the producer.
Good pub
had
for
to,
the show, though.
No, it was great. It was like if someone would have died, I would have been like, you really earned this. Someone,
as long as it wasn't you.
As long as it wasn't me. But yeah, and so it was hell. But I just kept saying to myself, you can't lose. And I told my brother gave me $1,000. He had like call his like 401k and borrow money, like take money out of it. And I was like, bro, I'm not losing. I'm like, I don't know how it's going to end. I'm not losing. I'm not. I'm like, I'm not going back to doing security. I'm not going back to doing T-Mobile. Like, this is not happening.
There were 11 other dudes who made that call to their brother, too.
Yeah, I know. But I was like, this is not happening. Like, I'm not losing. And I end up winning, and I become the 80th man in the training camp roster. And, man, I fought, and I spent 3 years with the Cowboys.
Who was in that training camp? Who was your wide receivers there?
Sam Hurd, Patrick Creighton.
Oh, he could have told you about
yeah, well,
prison.
He didn't know about prison at that time.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah, Sam Hurd, Miles Austin, Patrick Creighton, Roy Williams.
T.O.?
No, T.O. was there last year. This was 2009, so okay. T.O. had left. My first year, Isaiah Stanback was there. Kevin wasn't there that year. Yeah, but those were the guys that were there.
Were you? I was thinking, were you not well received? I mean, you just won some stupid reality show.
I was just going to ask, were people talking
players.
shit? Like,
yeah. Like part of the reason why I wouldn't spit on Orlando Scandrick for he was on fire is because the way that he received me. Like he made jokes about it and it was like, oh, this dude's a fraud and and he's a bad dude anyway. But
he
like,
did always seem like just pissed.
He's
like,
always,
what are we doing
for no reason?
But
Oscar the Grouch, just for no reason, just always angry.
Kind of say as a fan though, like
yeah.
I kind of liked it when he was out there because he just seemed like a little asshole.
He got torched all the time.
Now that was a problem.
It was like, how do you be a fan of that? Like it's one thing to be aggressive and like really be aggressive.
Can I tell you why it's a thing? It's because I'm a Cowboy fan, and if you show me a little bit of like, then I'm like, fuck yeah, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, but what about the other time they were running by him for touchdowns? That part not bother you?
No, that did.
Well, okay.
Yeah. I'd like to hear it.
I'm just saying, like,
I'm not surprised to hear that he was a guy that was a little like,
But the nicest person to me, be honest with you, the nicest person to me, initially, DeMarcus Ware.
I'm not surprised by that.
I was sitting by myself eating in training camp, and he came and sat down at the table I was sitting at, and he's like, "What's up, bro?" I'm like, "What's going on, man?" He's like, "Why you always eat by yourself?" I'm like, "Oh, really don't know nobody." You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to come in and make friends. I'm trying to make a team. And he's like, "You're a part of this team now." He goes, "As long as you're here, you're a part of this team. Get to know people." And he was like, and at that time, I don't even know if I knew how like DeMarcus Ware was like, but this is DeMarcus Ware, right? Like, and he was one of the nicest people. But the thing that people respected about me, it wasn't that I was this uber talented dude. I worked my tail off every single day. And I would tell dudes like the plays, because how sometimes they want you to kind of, brother-in-law in training camp, like, hey, bro, don't go too hard on this rep, da-da-da. And I would tell guys, listen, for every rep that you don't want me to take off, put $5,000 in my locker before practice. This is the money I'm going to need when they cut me. Like, this is literally, because what's the worst that can happen? We fight? Okay, let's fight. Like, if you're upset that I'm going hard, then that's a you problem.
So you have irrational confidence at that time, I would think, because you knew I'm going to win that show, and then I won the show. What was your confidence level on making the team?
Sketchy.
Okay.
Sketchy.
Yeah. But you had to be thinking, too, though, like, if you could get in the pipeline of, like, back in the game.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, but now you're also labeled as the reality show guy.
This reality show guy. And I'm the 80th man. And normally, by the time, come on, guys, you've been around. You get to training camp, and you're the guy that's always standing in the back. You're a camp body, right? You're a camp body. You're here for a limited amount of time. And I'm like, how do I? Because no one knows me. Jason Garrett, who at the time was the offensive coordinator, Wade Phillips was the head coach. He'd been working with guys all through OTAs and minicamp and guys that they drafted and guys that they wanted to be there. And I wasn't the guy. To them, I was just a guy that came in on, here's Jerry doing Jerry things again. And he's a reality TV show guy and this thing comes in. Jason wanted to cut me after week 1. I know this for a fact. Coaches told me this.
Back then, you did cuts throughout.
You did cuts weekly.
Right.
Like, there was like, you got through training camp and then you did a cut. You got through training camp, you did a cut. And he wanted to cut me, like, after a week and bring back the guy that they had to cut to get me on the roster. And they saw me, and they was like, wait a second. And Wade Phillips And shout out to my guy Joe D. Camillus, who's the special teams coach. I was like, wait a second now, like this guy's got some, he's big, he's strong, he's fast, like this guy's got something. Like let's just see what he looks like.
So it wasn't just a directive from Jerry, like, hey, my reality show guy's got to make a couple of cuts.
No, for Jerry, it already worked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were the number one. Like our show at that time was on Spike TV. We were the number one show on Spike TV. So the pub had already. Jerry had already won. He had got the $1 million worth of free publicity.
Okay, so if this was
already.
this day and age, it'd be good because you don't cut throughout, and you would have got a lot of preseason playing time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But then you're saying Garrett doesn't even want to.
Jason Jared
Look at you.
He didn't give me a playbook until I got to San Antonio. This is when training camp was in San Antonio, then in Oxnard. So I didn't get a playbook until I got to San Antonio. So I didn't know. So Joe Avazano and I used to sneak into Valley Ranch. And we would. I won't give the guy a film name who did this because he still works for the Cowboys. But we had an inside dude who would sneak us in, and at that time he was like an intern, and he was in a coat closet, like this, like not even a quarter size of the room that we're sitting in right now. This tent, and he just cut up film all day long. That's all his job was: cut up film, cut up film, cut up film. He snuck us in. We would sit in that coat closet for 8-10 hours a day, and I would watch every practice, and I would watch every meeting because they did installs, and I hand wrote down every play that Jason put up in the install. That's how I had a somewhat vague familiarity of what the offense was.
God.
And who, because he's just like, he's not a part of this team. And like, yeah, what kind of he is? He's like, no, he's not.
Well, I got to imagine
I love it.
Sch-audio would have had you going to dinner with effing.
Yeah, I would have been one of the guys.
Because it feels like that's a big part of
Yeah, and so
Sch-audio's game.
Jason wanted me going after the first week, and Will and not Will, Wade and Joe D was like, wait a second, and I remember like talking to Joe D, and he was like, if you're going to be a part of this thing, special teams would be the way that you do it, and he's like, give me everything you got, and I was like, okay. He's like, you're going to be an L5, and if you don't know what an L5 and R5 is, this is. I'm predating myself. This when we had wedges in football. Like this when we had the 3.
Did you know at the time what he was talking about?
Yeah.
Or you were just saying, I'll do whatever?
No. I knew when he said it. I was like,
You're busting.
yeah, I'm busting the wedge. But again, what was the alternative?
Is that like kamikaze guy?
It's
Pretty
kamikaze.
much, yeah.
You're-
And wedges is like when you look down there, you see 78, 94, 62. I got 16.
Okay.
There's a weight
This is why they
discrepancy.
changed kickoff
This is
rules?
why they changed kickoff rules.
Yeah. 'Cause
Right.
Guys like you.
And this is they're holding hands, three across, and they're all. This is a combined 1,000 pounds, right? Because you're talking about 320, 300, 3 something, and they're like this. I'm 215, and he's like, split them, split them. I'm like, split them.
Yeah. Just think of it like getting open.
Yeah, he's like, listen, we're gonna
Remember
kick
the 2 safeties?
Yeah,
Well, now they're tighter.
yeah. He's like,
Run through
listen,
it.
we're gonna kick it left, right? But we don't want the ball to come back right. Too much field over there. So you got to split them to keep the ball on that side of the field because our coverage is coming that way. And what was the alternative? Go back being poor? Go
Right.
back to a futon? So I'm like, okay, let's split them. Let's go. And I would just run down there and just.
Did you ever have, like, I would think a guy like you, that'd be the perfect place where you got a concussion, but you're not going out. You're going to fight
Never.
through it. Okay, something like
Never.
that on the practice field.
Never. Never. I'm not coming off the field.
Yeah.
And what you realize is after the fact that anytime that you see stars or you're like this, that's a concussion. Like
Yeah.
that is literally a concussion.
You know what that was in my day? The bell rung.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you got your bell rung. Or
Shake
you
it
just
off.
see a star, shake
Or
it off.
didn't you say the smelling stuff they use is for that?
It's a big. I think I use smelling salts for like just a little kick, but I think they're pretty good for masking concussions.
Oh yeah, they
You're
get you
gonna
back.
come
You get you back
away.
right. Yeah, for
The
sure.
flip side of this, though, is now that everybody knows what concussions are and talks about them because of football, they act like it's just football. When your kid falls when he's 3 or 4,
Correct.
he
Yeah.
probably had at least a contusion to the skull. Like, you're getting concussions in life.
it's your brain smashed up against your skull.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just now you think, like, football, bad. So that's concussions.
But yeah, man, and Wade wanted to give me another week, and next week it started coming together. To your point, like being back in the game, the tool started to come back, and so like running routes, and I'm doing scout team stuff, and I'm just like, but like I'm doing scout team stuff, and the first team defensive coaches are like, this 16 kid is over there working Terrence Newman and working Mike Jenkins and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who the hell is this guy?
Now, did Romo ever take to you because that was his path? He started as the fourth stringer.
Yeah. So like
scout
he would
team.
give like little tidbits, but like honestly, like they don't think about like even when I would like if Romo's up under the center and we're
He's
doing
not
like pat and
concerned
go,
with the
hell
80th
no.
guy.
Like when he comes up and we're doing pat and go, or we're doing routes on air, and he comes up and he looks out there and he sees 16, he goes, "Hey, step back, Miles, come on." Like he's not working with me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm working with John Kitna and Rudy Carpenter and Steve McGee. Tony's not Tony, and this is no disrespect.
Yeah,
right?
he's worried about
this is the nature of the beast. Like he has to get like he's like 16. I don't even know if you're going to be here tomorrow.
Did you know Kitna from Cincinnati? Was he there?
I
when
did
you were
not.
there?
No. I didn't. I met Kitna when I got to Dallas.
Okay.
And we've been friends. We've been friends ever since then. But yeah, and I just worked my tail off, and two people. You're gonna laugh. Like two people who really I give a ton of my having success in Dallas was Patrick Creighton and Sam Hurd. They I remember asking Roy Williams, and Roy's one of my best friends. This is the receiver from Texas. I remember asking him one day about a play, like, "Hey, what do you got on this?" And Roy looks at me and he goes, "Didn't they give you a playbook? You better read it then, mother," and walks off. I'm like, all right, no help from that guy.
Yeah.
But the two things that Patrick and Sam gave me, Patrick Creighton, he said, "Listen," he said, "I know Coach told you to learn Z, learn everything."
Yeah.
He said, "Learn everything." He said, remember, he said, when Coach, he says, "Here's what I want you to do." He says, let's just say, for an example, Roy runs 3 go routes, and he's tapping his helmet because he's tired. When Coach turns around and says, "I need an X," you don't want him to look at you and say he only plays Z, right? And you don't want to be out there like, "Oh, I only play Z." He said, you want to go out there and play X. Now,
that's a lesson for everything in life.
Yeah, he's like, will the ball come your way? Probably not. But what Coach will go is, damn, I didn't tell him to learn Z. I didn't tell him to learn X, but he knows X. He went out there and he executed it, right? So he said, learn everything.
Little tiny things that.
And he said, learn everything. He said, because what's going to happen is someone's going to get injured, someone's going to get tired.
Miles Austin's going to get hurt.
Right.
Gotta run it.
You know what I'm saying? And so I did. And then Sam was like, he's like, "Listen, bro, you want to stick
your
around?
weight up. Don't you listed out the 10 crack commandments. 1.
Yes,
on your
his own supply. Never sell no crack where you rest at. I don't care if they want an ounce, tell them bounce. And then Sam was just like, Sam should have told him. Sam did tell him to bounce in the restaurant. The FBI agent kept pressuring him to take the cocaine.
Are we going to get an HBO show?
We should.
Do you actually have opinions on that? Like, you seem to just you've thought about this. Like, he got played a little bit?
Well,
is it entrapment?
It was. That's why he didn't do life in prison.
Oh, I didn't know that was actually part of the sentencing.
Oh, yeah. That's why he only did like the time that he did, and he didn't do 100 years.
He's out.
He's out.
Sam's out. You keep in touch with him?
No. So I'll give you a quick Sam Hurd story when I found out like how it all was happening. Now, I found out like everyone else. We were on our way to practice, and it said he's in Chicago at this time.
By the way, I just want to make sure we do know, we were about to say some great life, cool advice Sam Hurd gave you, and I do want to make sure we get back. Well, I do want to get back to
Let me just quickly say it, because Sam told me, like, listen, if you want to stick around in this league, learn special teams, right? Like, be a special teams demon. He goes, that's how you make the roster every single week. He's like, because they pay the guys who they're going to start. And if you're not one of those guys, how do you get a jersey every week? Special teams. And I didn't know that. Like, because I didn't play special teams in college or high school.
Defense guys, like you think of like Jeff Heath, Barry Church, like that happens. And
that's the case with a lot of guys.
But
like
Jeff
I was
Heath,
the best team. You were the best player on your high school team. You're the you're always
the best player on my college team.
Right. So now you get to the pros.
I'm like,
and you have to learn how to be a scrub.
I'm like, do what?
Yeah.
Punt. I'm getting Gatorade on the punt team. You know what I'm saying? Like. And so Sam gave me great advice on how to do it. Like, and I watched him every single day. Like, what we're about to talk about, yes, is
and he was undrafted, right?
Undrafted guy, but Sam did it the right way. Like, if you go back and you watch Sam's career, like, he was a dude who showed up every day, 100 miles an hour. Was always in the right position. Like I
remember his first camp. That was a big story.
T.O.
He
took
worked
to
with
him
T.O. afterwards.
Yeah. Like
he'd be here real late.
Like he was, and oddly enough, what a lot of people don't know, the Miles Austin story, and I'll get to the Sam story. Miles Austin, when he broke out in Kansas City, a lot of people don't know this. This is an actual true fact. The night before the game, because Roy didn't play that game, I think he had a rib injury or something like that. The night before the game, because Miles and Sam were kind of like similar. They both played special teams. Remember, Miles came in as a returner. He wore like stake number 89 or 14 or something like crazy before he changed to 19. The night before the game, the coaches could not decide who was going to start the game, Sam or Miles. They flipped a coin. Talk about life and chances. They flipped a coin the night before in the coaches meeting on who was going to get the start because they found out that night that Roy wasn't going to play the next day. So they had,
And they were that even.
and they were that even. They were that even. So
he had like a 200-yard game or something.
Yeah.
What did
he broke the
Sweat.
Cowboys. He's like 250 something,
Okay.
3 touchdowns. He should have had 4. He dropped one in the back of the end zone, and off goes Miles Austin. And then that leaves. And after that year, he gets the $50 million, contract.
Everybody wants that second contract.
Right, like he
Yeah.
gets the big contract, and while Sam was still making, Sam was making like 1.9, which is not chump change.
Sure.
But we also found out later that Sam was making $1 million a month. Also,
He was investing.
He was investing in the earth, the herbals, the herbal essence of the earth. But so every offseason, where a lot of guys like myself, we make a ton of money. Like I made a ton of money in the offseason going to do these charity things, right? Like you go to Harlingen and you go to Brownsville and they got a golf tournament and they fly you out privately, by the way.
What do you
pay
make for one of those?
$5,000.
Okay.
You know,
And you're doing every weekend, kind of?
I'm doing every other weekend.
Every other.
Yeah, I'm clearing $5,000. Like in the offseason, I'm making $50,000. And hey, you go sign an autograph for an hour.
What are you making during the
$2,500.
season? Like what's practice squad back then?
Oh, I'm making
Like 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm making good money. Like I'm not making.
Yeah, but that's just for practice squad. You can make $100,000.
Oh, now it's $200,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's $200,000. It's $200,000
Back
plus.
then it was like I remember it being like 75 or 80.
And that was a little more than that.
Okay.
It was near 100. It was
But
near
you're
100.
thinking then even in the off season, this could end any time. I got to
100%.
take every opportunity. I'm saying yes.
They're like, hey, come down to the fair, $2,500. I'll be there. Hey, come over here to this. I'll be there. I'll give you $1,500 for an hour. I'll be there. So like at the end of the summer, I'm like, I've made $50,000 because I've done these autograph signings that people will say no to, and then you'll have time.
You're getting
like,
better at golf.
I'm not even. Yeah, I'm out there. You're right. So this particular one, we had 3. We would go to like Brownsville or Harlingen and South, because there's a huge Cowboy fan base in South Texas, in the Valley, and so we always flew private, which was odd. We always flew private, and so like these dentists and these doctors would have these charity things for the community: softball, kickball, basketball, golf, and they get about 8 players, 6, 7 players. We come down there. Sam was always on the trip, and I was like, I'm not turning down this money. I'm on the trip as well. And you think we fly out of Addison, and we're on a PJ, and now NFL professional athlete travel luggage is normally a Louis Vuitton, some sort of Gucci, 55, just carry on, right? Like it's standard. It's standard, right? And now it's like Goyard, or it's still Louis Vuitton, but it's standard. This is what we carry on for our carry-on bags. Now Sam always had 2. But again, no one's thinking this, because let me say this, and I always preface this by saying this: I am a man of faith. I believe in Jesus Christ, and Sam believed in Jesus Christ, and so Sam was like a. And I hate to say it like this, but Sam was like a spiritual leader in the locker room with that kind of stuff, and it doesn't mean that he wasn't believing in it. He just his flesh got the best of him.
Yeah.
And so he always had 2. But I'm thinking, because guys during the season would go down there to do radio shows. So we had Tuesday was day off. So Mondays after practice, they would jump on the plane, go down, do a radio show down there. Some guys stayed the night. Now, if you went to South Texas and in those times, how can I put this? There were treats.
Chicks? What are we talking about?
Treats. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have a good time.
Yeah.
So when you go, but we were there for a couple of days, like 3 days. We would do these, these tournaments and things like that. While we were there 2 days, a lot of times. I'm thinking it's the game because they played the game. Like I'm not a gamer, but like they would play the PlayStation and all that kind of stuff. I'm thinking it's just. So while I'm there, I actually got hired to come back later on in that year to speak at a graduation. So I was like the keynote speaker at a graduation, which at that time was 10,000 kids. It was crazy.
Now, how does that feel in your wheelhouse? That seems like a pressure-filled thing. You got to write a speech?
No, that falls right into my wheelhouse.
Oh, okay.
Motivational speech, that's right into my wheelhouse. Like easy peasy. Easy peasy. And the price tag they put to it made it even more easier to do.
What was that, like 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like, I did 2 graduations. That was like, yeah. And so I did it.
Did you get a treat for that as well? Is there?
I never got a treat. I never got a treat. But one of the things that while we were there, every time that while we were there, we would always have undercover agents with us. Always. From the time that we got there, they were
undercover what?
Agents.
Oh, okay.
Detectives, police officers, like.
Oh, all right.
Because we are in, like, don't mistake it not. We're still in. We're in cartel country.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in cartel country. Now, the last thing they want is the Cowboys to get missing in South Texas, right? So we always have, and they would drive us around in the cars that they confiscated from different raids and stuff like that. So we're like big Escalades with rims and all that kind of stuff, expeditions. And so you're just sitting there, and everywhere you should go, you have an agent with you or a couple of them with you. You're just having conversation. So when I came back to speak at the graduation, I had one of the same agents that we had when we were there doing the Now when I came back, the next time it was after Sam had gotten arrested, and so the agent was like, he's like, yeah. So like the last 3 or 4 charity events that you guys had, we set those up. Because we knew that they were trailing Sam. Because what had ended up happening was he was cleaning money through a tire shop in Irving. The manager was there, and I again, when I first came here, I needed new tires for my car. They sent me there, and I was driving a BMW, and the tires for that was like, it should have been a couple $1,000s. I paid $100. I was like, oh, this Cowboy thing is legit. Mm-hmm. The whole time, the dude who's working with Sam is like cleaning money through this establishment. And then the guy actually gets pulled over in Sam's car, and they find $88,000 in cash. And the guy had like a little bit of weed, but it wasn't enough to be like, oh. But the cops took the money. And Sam was like fighting for the money real hard. It was like, I'm buying my mom a house with this money. And they kind of like, I don't know what made them just tag on to this. But they did, and so they were surveilling. They were doing surveillance when we were coming down there, and the only reason they let it happen as many times as it did, they were of course collecting evidence. But in those type of situations, he was telling me, he said, if we arrest Sam, we have to arrest all of y'all because we don't know who was connected. So what we didn't want to do is we didn't want to arrest Sam and arrest you guys, and now you're in the paper and this stuff because you were arrested for this, and now that messes up your chances of making this football team or whatever it is. So they just let it go, which if you know anything about like investigations and law, they let a lot of stuff go as they build the information. And so every time that we had came down there beforehand, they were just watching us. And, Sam would disappear for times, but I thought, he went to get his
So they were
treat.
watching all you. Probably.
Yeah.
They weren't sure who it was. So they would probably trail you as you went to whatever.
Yeah. So like guys would like disappear, but the guys had treats in there. So I'm thinking they just going to get a piece of their treat. Yeah. Right. And
so they all had like, you'd meet a chick or something and hook up with her when you went down there.
Yeah. Not me.
No, not you.
Not me.
Okay.
I couldn't be present for this filth.
Yeah, not me. But
did you run away?
But guys who did. So you didn't think nothing of it. And so that's what we thought. And
so you just think he's going to get some...
and the whole time he's bringing money and bringing product back.
But they'd follow him and see, oh, he's going here. Why has he got a suitcase?
The whole time. One of those other duffel bags were closed. The other one...
So they watched him a couple times do those deals. And then you say... So you actually did a charity event Or they didn't fake the whole. This isn't like
No,
Nathan Fielder.
We did the charity events.
Okay, but you said they set it up.
Yeah, they kept setting up the charity events to bring us back.
Like the whole charity event was fake.
Was fake, but they were there before us. But they just continued to do more of them.
And made sure you were on the invite list.
That made sure that the guys
The
who
same
kept coming,
Cowboys,
yeah.
okay.
And so what ended up happening was, well, not the same
And
Cowboys.
so they ended up funding.
So the DEA put a lot of money in your pocket?
Yes.
I guess.
My tax dollars.
Yeah. Or they were like, hey, dentists, we know that you are doing stuff there. Dentists, you will now fund this. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, real estate broker, you're funding this one. And, because the thing was, we always flew private. And I don't know if you guys ever flown private before. Like, it ain't.
They're not checking your luggage.
Ain't no TSA.
Yeah.
Not like that. No. And so you just get on.
It's great.
And it's phenomenal.
Right.
It's absolutely great. And then you just get on these planes, and the whole time it's, again, you're not thinking, from Sam, you're not thinking it's from Sam.
It is kind of, and I got a buddy who works for a pro team in another sport, and he's a writer too, and we've talked about, you should write a thing about a guy who is like
if you want,
it's kind
honestly,
of a Sam Hurd thing.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Traveling all across the country,
honest with you,
they are not checking your luck. Yeah.
If you wanted to.
If you were like a media guy for a team.
If you wanted to.
On a chartered flight every time. Yeah.
That would be, you could.
And you would condemn that in the strongest of terms.
But maybe like
you
that
could.
Angels guy might have been doing that, right?
I'm telling you, like
Aidenhart, or no?
But it was their PR guy or something is traveling with the team and all over the country.
So like
he's giving drugs, selling drugs.
Even when you go through TSA, like you're on the tarmac, half the time they're like,
it's a half-ass check.
It's like,
yeah.
Like you watch, like I know I do. I watch like National Geographic, and they have like the when the guys are, like trying to import through the airport and all. Like if they wanted to, like to seal it in the suitcase and all that kind of stuff, they're not checking. They're like this.
Right.
Go ahead.
And Sam, like you mentioned it being him, like how you always hear about like people who use mules, they want to get like a mom in a minivan. Sam was like a very unassuming guy.
And here's
he
the
was
thing.
So quiet.
Here is you would have, like, we were so caught off guard for what they said Sam was making. Because they're still like, when you read the report, they're like, there's money missing. They're like, we've been tracking him. We know what he was doing. And he's doing this off weed. Hence why they had to go to when he got busted with the cocaine, because you couldn't get a big enough charge on weed.
Yeah.
It's not a big enough. You can't lock somebody up really for weed like that. It's when I do a kilo. This is the part where the FBI people messed up. Because Sam said it in that moment. Yeah, cool, we'll do it. But I don't want this now. They're like, no, take it. He's like, no, I don't want it. You hear him in the audio talking about like, no, we'll meet again. I'm like, no, but here, you take it. And he's like, nah, we'll meet again. I got you. I'm gonna set something up. We'll pick some people. And so they forced him.
Now we're over the line of.
They were forcing him to take it till he finally was like, all right, cool. And they took it, and he walked out, and that's when they busted him. But he had denied it multiple times, and they just kept. And so his lawyer was like, yeah, that's not gonna fly. And so that kind of helped. So that's why they went. That's where they went, because he wasn't dealing in cocaine. Sam was just dealing in weed.
And he was making what?
He was making over $1 million a month.
For weed, yeah, that's.
Yeah. Like, that's crazy. At that time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And so, for him to do that. And Sam was very unassuming. Like, Sam never, he lived in a modest, at that time, $400,000 home. I mean, that's not abnormal for an NFL player.
We're about to be interrupted because when Sch-audio starts his.
I was just going to ask you if you still keep up with Raymond Felton.
Yeah, that's we just celebrated 20 years in October.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 20 years. I was on a national championship basketball team at Carolina. So okay. I just saw
celebrate your 20-year. I didn't know if he's dating Raymond Felton.
No, I just think you just look at the roster.
Okay.
Sean May, these blasts from the past.
The only one that we don't talk to is Rashad. That's the only one.
Well, thanks, Jesse Holley.
Yeah.
We got to go carry.
Thank you, guys, man. All right, holler at you guys.
Discipline.
Huh?
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
All right, those watching along at home. Do you sit at home and watch YouTube?
Yes.
Okay.
Matt Grimm was telling me that's just his TV now.
He just watches YouTube?
My stepdad does the same thing.
Anyway, on the live version of the program today, we just aired the Brian Schottenheimer daily press conference, which I will kind of pour over tonight and
puppet.
try to catch that up or get that for you tomorrow, cut it up for you tomorrow. But with the recorded version, we're just right back, right, Blake?
Yeah.
Is it magic? The magic that Blake does for us every day?
I highlight and delete.
Tell you, I got the magic from Moxie Energy Drink.
Yeah, I just cracked mine.
Well, drinkmoxie.com.
That's right. They sent us
It's clean energy, bud.
sent us a case out here.
I know
you
were
know what?
thinking otherwise, but it's got lion's mane mushrooms in it.
Besides them, and besides, of course, the great Flooring Direct, where
Yes.
no, I'm just trying to navigate over to a couple of the other sponsors that we have. But Flooring Direct, of course, Flooring Direct DFW.
.com/DZ.
Yes, they did set up a website just for us and just for you, where the Flooring Direct website, flooringdirectdfw.com/dumbzone or /DZ, they both work, says the Dumb Zone is where sharp minds meet unapologetic humor.
Uh-oh.
Who wrote this?
Hosted by Dallas media favorites Dan McDowell, Jake Kemp, and Blake Jones, the show dives into sports news and entertainment with a style that is fearless, funny, and entirely their own.
Nah.
After years of dominating the airwaves on 1310 The Ticket,
Hell yeah.
Dan and Jake launched the Dumb Zone in July 2023 to create without limits.
You guys are too limited.
With Blake
I'm
rounding
sorry,
out the
Jasmine,
crew,
but this is so gay.
the chemistry is undeniable, and the conversation
Yes, it
is always fresh.
No, it's not.
After nearly 3 decades of advertising on the ticket, participating with the Ticket Charity Challenge, and sponsoring live shows, Flooring Direct is proud and excited to be supporting Dan and Jake and Blake
Now we're writing truth.
in this great DFW-based podcast.
DFW and base should have a hyphen in between for AP style.
And they're like, transform your home with new floors. And
Just get to the
installation.
floors.
Anyway, but I wanted to also plug Sean Kernan. Do you know that's how he pronounces his name?
Scene?
Seen
We were at a business meeting with him, and I think he was looking at us every time he would say his name and like really lean into it.
That guy's doing bits.
Anyway, he's helping us out here, helped send us out here as a supporting sponsor as well, 360 Wealth Management. He says they don't need to give us a phone number. If someone can't find me, they don't deserve to work with me.
That's a great point. That's how I feel about the show. When you guys are like, let's do this, I'm like, they'll figure it out.
And he says, when I work with new clients, I get to know them through a patented approach I call the Charles Haley interview, which goes something like this. You, I want to retire. I want to get to retirement someday. Me, retirement. What's that? You, I want to make sure my family is okay if I die. Me, family. What is that?
All right.
You, I want to pay less in taxes. Me, taxes. What is that?
Okay,
Anyway,
it wasn't every answer.
so thanks to Sean. And also thanks to Nate over at Silverback Construction, another supporting sponsor, Silverback Construction, a commercial construction company that specializes in finish outs but can do any and all facets of commercial construction. So,
Let us
we're
know
here at
if you need
us
any
hear
of this
from you.
info for these fine businesses.
Yeah, we're here at Cowboys Training Camp.
What a time with
Shoddy's-
Jesse Holley.
Yeah,
What a time.
good dude.
Good
I'm
dude.
sorry, or I'm glad you got unblocked from Jesse Holley.
Me too.
I would hate to not be able to see all his wisdom on Twitter. I don't know. But I wanted to get to some Sch-audio. Sch-audio, as they might say. This is mostly from post-game Rams and a little bit from, or actually, it's all post-game Rams. One is just from the actual right after the game, and then a lot of these are from yesterday's press conference, where that's what he was still talking about, because he came out here before practice yesterday. And so one of the first questions when he got off that field Saturday evening, excuse me, was, how was your first game? This is his first ever game as a head coach of an NFL team.
I think it went good. Threw my first challenge flag ever. That was kind of cool. They told me I threw a nice one.
Why does it sound like he won a contest?
Because he did.
They're actually asking before, and he said he got real emotional and talked with Jerry before the game and about their journeys to there. And
they let you throw a little flag, man. Y'all know that?
And then I think that was actually a question about the mechanics of everything, your game, calling the game and actually being the head coach.
He's
and
like,
all
you
that.
guys know those headsets work?
That's
the
why
one I had in Seattle wasn't on.
I'm very, very concerned about his ability to actually call the game. And let's see. Okay, I'll save the best for last. But I think so. They got pretty much drilled, right? They gave up
No,
two.
I don't think in those terms in the preseason.
Okay.
But they did not. I'll give you, they didn't play well. But
Okay, but if it was the other way around, he would be parading around here. Hey, you see how good we played?
perhaps
It's just the culture.
Yeah.
That's the culture.
Are you saying
That's why we
Shoddy
shoot
gets
free
too
throws.
high? You may be a guy who gets too high.
Okay, but here's what was happening. So this is preseason game 1. No starters ever play anymore.
Thank
and now it's like second-string players barely play. And what do you think it's like in the fourth quarter? You're down to seeds and stems for sure.
Yeah, let's
on
get
that
out of
playing
here.
field. But he was talking about some of the things that were happening at the end of the game.
He was a little bit late with a snap or two in the red zone. It actually got loud down there in the red zone late in the game, so we had to go to silent count. But
is this a bad sign of things to come? If we are, not excuse folks, but we're just saying it was pretty loud there. First of all, it's an L.A. Rams game, okay?
Dude, everybody.
There's
It's Lambeau.
Yeah, Philadelphia,
the old wink.
the Seattle,
house.
maybe the Vikings play in that dome. We have to pipe
You
in,
don't just come the fuck into Inglewood.
but especially a fourth quarter of a game that's already pretty much over.
Yeah, could I offer to you that he's playing and referring to a guy who's like a wide-eyed rookie? Like, come on. He's coaching the team.
Okay, so he's talking about Joe Milton.
Now that
He had no, not that one. He's now going to talk about Joe Milton. He was Joe Milton had kind of a rough start, as you remember. Threw some fastballs in there. Had trouble with accuracy, you might say. Got it a little bit together later, and the reason he got it together later, we find out, it's the healing power of laughter. Here you go.
I think, he settled down and he found his rhythm. And I kind of went over there and joked with him on a couple things. And in the second half, and that, talking to him, it kind of settled him down a little bit. And I think that's part of the relationship. And that's why you guys always ask about, the relationship with me and Dak. And,
So
He started playing better after I talked to him.
they have a relationship. So the dinners they went to before, and Jerry's like, what, really? Another dinner at this 5-star steakhouse? Well, I had to because I got to build a relationship. And you've now seen the linear, the steps. I built that relationship first, and then I used that relationship. I waited till the second half. I didn't want to tell them after the first drive.
you might not
And
have
they
needed
went-
it. You
when
can't.
They went 3 and out.
You can't break out your killer material right out of the gate. You got to
you
find
gotta-
out if you need it first.
gotta build.
He's got to.
What if we go 3 and out again? What if we do it a few times? Then I'll talk to him.
PFF grades are like whatever, especially for the preseason. But it is funny. They didn't play well, but as at a team level, they were way, way, way behind the 31st ranked team. It's one of those, the difference between how they played and the other worst team is like the difference between them and team 20. This has got to be one of the most poorly graded team-wide grades I've ever seen.
Did they grade relationship?
They
Or
don't. That's
camaraderie?
The thing. No.
Because camaraderie should be on there.
I know.
And TWTW.
Right. Vibes. How are the
So-
vibes?
Did you plug in your iPod for practice today?
No, and I was never a fan of Offspring. That's more of a Matt Grimm thing.
This is shoddy, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, Sch-audio's an Offspring guy.
If he said he had a funny story, would you think it was going to be funny?
I think I'd like to hear it.
Actually, I'll make fun of myself here for a second. So
I'm so self-deprecating.
After the game was over, I did the team prayer. I called them up. I talked to the guys, and I decided I was going to do the team prayer because obviously my faith is really important to me. Well, I went straight Ricky Bobby on them, and I actually cursed. Yeah. Okay, let's
pause for laughter.
I cursed. I think I asked God to help us in the red zone. Said damn, we left some opportunities out there. So I fired myself from doing the post-game prayer. I will not be doing that anymore. But we played the clip for the guys. I said, hey, let's talk about accountability because we got to address this. We got to get this fixed. And we played the whole clip of Will Ferrell at the kitchen table doing the prayer where he's talking to baby Jesus and all that stuff. And I think everybody knew because I think Sam Williams was like, afterwards, he said to Dak, he goes, can you swear during the prayer? So I have fired myself. I will no longer be doing the post-game prayer. Chalk that one up that when you're that emotional and there's the ups and downs of a game, you don't need to be the one talking to God. So that's something that we good, better, how we after action report and we've got cleaned up.
So
well, I got a lot.
So the joke didn't land. So he then shows the team the clip of what he referenced, so they got it.
Right, and he put that under the guise of accountability. Nothing worse than a guy who's just like, you know me, I'm very self-deprecating. Fucking grow up and get some depression. Get it real. I don't want to hear this half-assed. And then play the last 30 seconds of it, or the last 20 seconds of that one again, maybe.
Can you swear during the prayer? So I have fired myself. I will no longer be doing the post-game prayer. Chalk that one up that when you're that emotional and there's the ups and downs of a game, you don't need to be the one talking to God.
I'm going to need you to coach the football team. I'm going to need you to keep it chill. I'm going to need you to have the steady hand.
I got too emotional
listen,
to do a prayer after the game.
I respect your beliefs on God, whatever it is, but you're going to get some forgiveness there, okay? If you fuck up the prayer, he's going to understand. That's not how it's going to work in the game. You're going to need to be chill.
And this is after the game. I'm too emotional and too distraught.
The Old Testament is all about warriors taking over in wars and taking land, and God told him to do it. I think he's heard a curse word.
I think so, and as I told you guys yesterday when we heard this live, I got tickled because my mom's dad, my countryside, he would get real fired up during prayers, and he'd pound the table and start cursing and stuff, and I loved it. So this was not unfamiliar to me necessarily. It's weird to then be like, hey, I do this thing, and now I'm going to talk to you about how I do this thing, and here's why it's funny, and I will explain to you why it's funny. Hey, maybe that's why I have faith tattooed right here on my forearm. It's just
that's great.
Well, no,
his other forearm.
The other one says Faith Family Football. This guy's a walking lake house sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's about to go 19-0?
No, you can't play both sides of this.
Watch me.
So let's break it down, though, analytically. Why did they lose that game?
Because
it was actually
hold on.
Brian Schottenheimer is going to break it down analytically. I'm not asking you to.
I'm not asking.
Football?
I have another source. You give me Brian.
Okay, well, here's why they kind of almost won the game. Well, let Sch-audio explain.
I did not like our discipline. The penalties with the offense, 6 pre-snap penalties, that wasn't great. Some of the sideline substitution wasn't very clean. And then, the thing I talked to the guys about is seizing momentum. As you go through the preseason games when, you obviously want to win, but it doesn't go against your record when you lose or if you win. But you have to learn how to grab momentum. And there was a couple opportunities in that second half where I felt like we had a chance to grab momentum. And Clarence, we really didn't do it. So, we turn the ball over, and then Iz goes out there. He makes a great interception. We get the ball back.
Ooh,
we miss a deep cross, and we go 3 and out. Well, that's a lost opportunity for momentum.
Okay, so interception. Then we didn't do anything on offense, so we could have had the momentum. So I thought the interception might have been momentum, but no.
Well, it was too loud in there.
Then on the other end of it, we drive down the field, put together a nice drive early in the fourth quarter, score a touchdown, and make it a 24-14 game, and the defense goes out there and allows a 5 or 6 play touchdown drive. Like, momentum swings in the National Football League and in competitive sports is huge, and our guys need to understand how to maximize those opportunities, because so much can be gained from swings and momentum and things like that. So I thought the guys played really, really hard. They really did. They competed hard.
Okay, let me do this. We can talk momentum, but I want to say something about this final statement too.
I thought the guys played really, really hard. They really did. They competed hard, for 60 minutes. And
all right, dude. This is a little bit like bragging about having 100% attendance at mandatory minicamp. We've already stated that you're playing. None of your top 30 players are playing, basically. So this is the back of the roster of a lot of guys vying for just a few spots. Well, you know what? To credit them, though, they played hard. Of course they did.
How many minutes?
Like, we just talked to Jesse.
How many minutes?
The full 60. They didn't give up. So with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the guy who thinks if I show on film I'm going to actually get an NFL job and possibly can, pay off all these bills. I had my car repoed. Like, that guy still played hard. He didn't give up because they were down on the wow. That must have been that dinner we had.
All those free throws.
That must have been the ping pong, the competition.
Well,
that we built up. Now we can back up into momentum if you want.
So not seizing momentum, we all know it's a real thing. It's the most important thing in the game.
It was sitting right there, the momentum.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, he's not unique in this regard.
So you don't understand momentum? Because
yeah.
Let's teach you a little bit about momentum here.
When you get a chance to seize momentum, man, you have to. I really think it would have been great to see, if we hit Flo on the deep cross, after the interception, what that would have played out. I thought the defense was great at stepping up after the interception. You call it.
Of course.
I like it.
Flo
was great at stepping up after the interception. You call it sudden change.
Okay, we didn't though, but that's what we call it. We call it sudden. We didn't change. He didn't catch the ball. But had we done that,
was great at stepping up after the interception. You call it sudden change. They got to go back out there and they get the ball back for you. But it's kind of a feel for the game. It's the time of the game. It's the situation of the game. It's the score of the game. It's all those things. And but I'll say this: it's a very, very powerful thing when it comes to competitive sports and definitely football.
Momentum is.
He is not unique in this regard. Every NFL head coach thinks that momentum exists, and they overrate it because they're in the foxhole, and that's when people start believing things. No atheists in a foxhole. So I don't think – but at the same time, you know exactly what he's talking about when it comes to sudden change. It's the same concept as like a shutdown inning. There are moments in games.
Oh, sure. No, I like to try and – that's a big
shot.
Parcells thing, yeah.
Yeah.
We get an interception, and a lot of it is that –
there's nothing worse than a first down run after a pick.
It's like what Brandon Aubrey will say, though. When he missed his very first kick in the NFL, it was a quick change they didn't expect. He's going out. He's not quite ready. I'm not in the – oh, my gosh, I missed that kick. That wasn't his routine. And that's the point. The defense was kind of all sitting on their helmets. They were just watching oh, my God, I got to get back out there. The offense just gave up the ball. Let me see. Are we in the right play? Do we have the right play? Oh, man, a bomb, So
when he thinks it would be great for us to make a play while they're frazzled,
but it has nothing to do with this.
Momentum.
Yes,
and I don't think. Yes,
we have to actually
down.
make plays and be more consistent in making those plays, and especially there. That's kind of a 2nd and 1. We're going to take a shot. At that point, you might think you might have a slight advantage, and that's what we're talking about here with the Cowboys and the entire NFL. The point is that things are so even across the board that you're looking for any slight advantage here, there, and that's what really does concern me if we're just to actually talk about sports in this team. You are looking for slight advantages everywhere, and I might include that in my head coach. I'm looking for a guy that could, like, right now, you are going to be dealing with year one of a head coach, and I don't know of any head coach, even all the greats, who wouldn't say, boy, there's a learning curve, there's stuff you got to figure out as you go, and what concerns me even more is that not only is he the head coach, you're going to call all the plays too, because it's enough to try and be a CEO head coach.
Okay,
but,
so I
but now you're
points
also
all taken, and I think the most damning thing is the search and the process by which he was hired. We're all about let's just look at the process. Sometimes not just the results.
Is that the question?
I can explain some of the results, and we can talk about like what I think he can do well, why he's okay for this job. But the process was such a disaster that I almost can't give them a pass. They're not doing what normal teams do and conducting a full coaching search. Hell, most of them do it to a degree that's insane. Like they pay millions of dollars to these search firms to produce all of these names. I'm not saying that's the way, but there's something in between. If nothing else, there's a couple listeners that pointed this out to me. I think a couple of them worked in football that were like, you just interview people to find out what's going on in the league. You don't think everybody wanted to pick Ben freaking Johnson's brain? They knew they couldn't hire him. But that's what you do. You start interviewing around. The way they want to do it is they want somebody in the family. They want somebody that they can put on Lake Como in a white linen shirt for vacation time, and it looked like we're all part of the family here. And McCarthy wasn't necessarily that, and I think it cost him. I think McCarthy didn't want to be the family. And so the search process, the hiring process was bad. So it's very tough to be happy with the results. What I would say, though, is what sucks about him also kind of makes him unique for this job and okay for it. He's been around forever. Now, he's not good enough to, in a normal circumstance, have earned a head coaching job. But all the stuff you have to do to be a head coach and the stuff that like Cliff Kingsbury got hired and was like, holy shit, that won't happen to him. It can't. He knows the job. He's basically been an assistant head coach this whole time because on an X's and O's front, nobody was running to beat down his door to hire him. That doesn't mean he doesn't know how to do the executive stuff. I think he can do that. Now, when it comes to the actual offense and running the offense, calling the plays, certainly I have a concern. I would just offer to you that the only thing Dak has left that is elite is his pre-snap diagnosis. I still think he's one of the best at it. They kept Shoddy because they're putting this all on Dak. There's no chance after this is done that Jerry will be like, Shoddy screwed Dak. Like, we just didn't have the right guy. They're putting this on Dak. He is the offense. He runs the offense. I think he's basically calling the plays.
And they're saying, if we're
going
to pay him that much,
$60 million, you figure it out.
Right.
We went and got you George Pickens. Shoddy is just that. It's an insult, but he's a guy, and he's here as a guy to keep things moving. It's on Dak.
Well, it's a big question as to whether Dak is able to take that on. Like, there's a couple of quarterbacks in the NFL you would say, like, if when Peyton Manning went from the Colts to the Broncos, all of a sudden, like, he's running practice. And I don't know that that's happening here with Dak.
Okay, maybe not to the Peyton Manning level, but I do think that smart people, you guys can hate the guy all you want. I know his legs are busted. I watched him run on Blake's Madden game the other day, and I was like, this game is super realistic. And
like in mud?
But I still think that he's at the stage where Romo was talking about, like, I have all the answers to the test. This has slowed down for me. Like, the guy is a wizard at this point. He really is. You don't have to believe it, but I think he's got that part of it down better than most in the NFL. So I'm telling you that because Dak is this way, and Jerry is this way,
when the staff gets rated because they won so much.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. But I think they're in a good spot where the offense is not going to die because they have a guy who hasn't called offense successfully before. Yeah. Dak is the OC.
But when McCarthy came in, everyone is criticizing like his use of timeouts or his game management. I think it's a lot for a first-year head coach to be calling plays and doing all of that for his first go.
Now that's
So
where
that might
they
be
start,
overwhelming.
That's where they start mentioning this Ryan dude. And I don't know how much the role is. I put in for him. I don't think they're going to let us talk to him, but they've got a guy. And I was just talking to another guy with the team, and they were like, this guy is brilliant. When he gets up and talks in front of the team, they listen. And he's a dude who's about my age, in between my age and Blake's age, and he's in Shoddy's ear every play. And he's like the game management guy.
But his dad was not a legendary NFL coach, so that's why he's the game management guy.
Yeah, and I mean,
Could
listen, there's also this, like,
In theory, if you've heard of this guy's last name, he might be the head coach.
it's also possible, but I need you, like, there's a middle ground from what you're doing here. Shoddy did play quarterback for Steve Spurrier. Like, he transferred to Florida because he loved ball and was like, hey, I'm at a team who runs the ball. I'm not good enough to play. I need to go learn the future of offense by being a third string at Florida. Like,
Okay.
so maybe, you're getting looks because Marty's your dad, but, like, there is some desire and quest to learn football in there that we have to give him credit. He played in college. It's not like this dude didn't. You know what I mean? The game management guy that I'm explaining. Like,
he was on a team in college.
He was a quarterback.
It is
like,
more
than
some. You would just like to see some kind of success as a coordinator or a position coach.
It's tough for me to rebut that.
But it's a great experience. Look, and I also couple some of this with, I just watched a lot of clips of Jerry at the red carpet thing last night, and they'll be asking him about this year's team, and he just slides into waxing nostalgic. It feels to me like he is taking his victory tour. His look at all I've done. I built this franchise. Look where it was when I got it, and look where it is now. And many fans frame that as, 30 years of he frames it as, look at where we are. Look at what I've done. Look at my stadium. Like, I'm in the NFL Hall of Fame, and I'm not going to spend my last year or two by hiring Belichick, who's going to turn it all upside down, or by hiring this other, who'd you mention admittedly, Ben Johnson, to all of a sudden come in with his idea. I need it. We're kind of here and doing this now.
And that's all.
And I feel like Jerry's going to be fine when they get bounced again. And even if they don't make the playoffs, everything's going to be fine.
I think you're probably right. But I think that this team feels different than the other teams to me. And I'm not saying it's going to be better, but we can watch practice today. It's different. And they have a second wide receiver. And if I tell you those two things over and over, I think that I don't care about what Jerry's saying.
You've been telling yourself it over and over.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care what Jerry's doing, what victory lap he's taking. I think they have this. A quarterback who's good enough to win if their offensive line is like a B level. So last time they drafted 3 offensive linemen in the first round out of 4 years, they got an A. If they get a B or a B minus collectively out of this group, while Dak is still good enough to play, at this, Romo, if his body would have held up, could have kept playing once he got to this point. If you can keep him upright, you keep the weapons where they are. CD's going to be here. Pickens is probably gone after a year, but you figure that out. You have an elite pass rusher that you only keep adding to.
And
they might have the best pass rush unit in the NFL this year. And if you have the best pass rush unit and you have the best wide receivers, or arguable, then you can get ahead and you can play the way that this team is built.
But this is not Kellen Moore's offense.
We don't know. That's the thing. We
don't know.
Because
it was a pain to watch this offense last year. It's the same OC. It's the same guy.
But part of the reason that it was a pain to watch last year also was because CD was getting shaded every snap. And just the mere presence of a second threat does change the way that you call offense a little bit. And I think whatever last year was weird. Dak was out for part of the year. They sucked before that.
And I think every year you're going to say Dak was out for part of the year.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was a lot of run to the sticks and turn around. Let's run on first down. It was a boring offense. Boring to watch.
It was. You can go back and pull up the game streams and see how frustrated I would get. So it can't be more boring.
Do you want to do some news and stuff?
Yeah, sure.
It'll be brought to us, don't forget, like this whole show has been, Flooring Direct DFW. Go to flooringdirectdfw.com/DZ and schedule an in-home visit.
Hit me with another Moxie.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone News.
How about a blue one?
Let's do it.
You want a blue?
I do.
A bluey?
Love it.
Okay, so as we referenced earlier, the boys were, buzzing in the entertainment space last night. We had about 3 or 4 hours together of TV time. And for me, you got to go straight to the local news. And there are like 6 local news stations out here. You got your big 4, and then you got a couple like off the beaten path ones. And they do a lot of news.
You're more 27 of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
And the news out here, pretty lit. There's a lot going on. It's a big area. And what we noticed yesterday was like whatever's happening nationwide is happening here. So the ICE raids are like way more out here than they are at home. The protests for immigration, way more here than they are at home. Like Matt was like, they don't do this stuff on our local news. They start with like this story over in this neighborhood. But in LA, you're going to get like bigger stories. It's like the crucible of whatever's going on in the country. But you also get stuff like this little girl who was attacked by a mountain lion, or a cougar rather, in Malibu in her front yard.
A little girl?
Yeah, 11-year-old.
Attacked by an old lady?
Yeah, especially up there in Malibu. They're everywhere, dude.
Oh, yeah, they're
spending their husband's money. Yeah, so this is the story they started with last night. And the girl, so this is in Malibu, which in my mind, there's no cheap houses in Malibu.
Has the music ever been this loud?
It's a new era, Dan.
Do you guys ever remember? Seriously, though?
No.
No, but I'm serious, too.
Like
it's
it
shoddy.
is. Okay.
But that's coming from the weight room, isn't it?
Oh, no. It's right
It's
out
out there?
It's on the
That's
practice
practice
field.
room, yeah. Practice field.
The girl was out near the family's chicken coop.
That's odd.
So what I feel like we have here is some not suburban, but some cosplay farmer. We've talked about these people.
Yeah.
And mountain lion attacked her. Trying to feed the chickens, biting her arm, leg, lower back. Neighbors hear the screams. That's when the mountain lion proceeded to chase the mom and sibling. It was funny listening to the guy who does the news on KLTA out here is straight up Ron Burgundy. His face looks fake. His hair is like, he's very stiff, and he kind of moves like this.
Cut out of Central Casting.
100%. L.A. anchors Central Casting, and he's like, of course, the mountain lion was euthanized. I'm like, oh, yeah. We got to see the update on yesterday's story. As of last night, they hadn't caught the tanker thieves.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing. But yeah, it was a legit massive
And
massive
hots
oil
all
tanker.
over the place, right?
Oh my god,
Yes.
dude. And like the weather that we switched over to at 1, it's like this lady doesn't know. I'm sorry. There's just no way this lady knows the weather.
But had a giant ass.
She did. So the report that Blake was talking about earlier, and if you saw this word, S-I-K-H, and you were thinking of like the religion, what would you say, Dan?
Sikh.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, the guy in L.A., a top 2 market who's supposed to be all cultured and multi, blah, blah, blah,
And I don't know shit.
he went with sick.
Sick.
Yes.
A sick community.
People in the sick community are outraged.
Sickism.
No.
yeah.
So a 70-year-old man in North Hollywood was attacked by a homeless guy with a golf club and beaten badly. Barely survived the attack. 3 surgeries.
How does a homeless guy get a golf club? Probably has a Blake. Like, bro, I got a tea time here. When are you going to pay for it?
I was kind of disappointed. Maybe it's in the story. I kind of wanted to know which golf club. Because I think if you're beat to death with a pitching wedge, that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
Do you think a
It has to
putter
be
would be
an iron.
good?
It has to be an iron.
Well, putter's pretty blunt.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're hitting me with an attack wedge, that's lame. Hit me with a
I think
5
like a
iron.
4, yeah.
By the way, yeah. So that was, what did Shoddy say the other night?
Just too much wind resistance with a 9.
Wasn't Shoddy's line that they were playing with a 7-iron the whole game?
He said that?
I think so. And then I saw this on Twitter from Terrence Parsons Jr.
I see he's
And after the game, he said, Shoddy literally told y'all the play calling was going to be very Manila. So it's up to you to
Dude,
decide
he's on a heater.
whether. Oh my
He
God!
has been
dude.
active.
During the game Saturday night, he was like,
checkmate.
"Joe is fucking ass. Get him out of here." I'm like, dude, he can.
Was he
see-
really?
Oh my God, dude! He's like, this end has no touch. I'm gonna throw the ball through a wall.
See, that's where this thing. If you want to just be a total shill for the team, that's okay, right?
Yeah.
If you're a relative of a player, don't be throwing a firebomb in there that your brother might have to contend with.
Only thing I'm giving grace is Joe Hand might be fucked up. This is horrid.
Why would his hand be messed up?
Because remember, he had a busted thumb from like
so
2 practices ago.
give him credit though for, I don't know.
Do you want to read this one?
I don't know about Jesse Holley's work, but Jesse claims to, I'll say whatever, and
He
all
will.
that. Okay.
He will. He doesn't work
Give Terrence Parsons credit. He's not just a mouthpiece for the team. Where are we? I don't think I should read that. This N Joe got one speed. Goddamn N, put touch on that shit.
Dang, I shouldn't have laughed over that.
Kind of right?
Yeah, I mean, we were in not those words, but sort of others were thinking it.
By the way,
Anyways, this guy got beat up and here's the thing about being Sikh is people think you're Muslim and then they attack you and you're like, this sucks. It also sucks to be attacked if you're Muslim, but they say that out here, the Sikh community, a lot of mistaken beatings.
they get beaten.
Yes.
But like, hey, I'm not Muslim. I'm
Like
okay.
that they find out in arresting and doing the affidavit and everything that they thought the assailant thought this was a Muslim. Our education system
It's tough
really
profiling.
kinda switches us around there.
But speaking of the N-word, I thought you were going to debut this story, but did you see our friend Noah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. And
So Noah Kaniga is it Michigan State?
no.
Or is he in the
like
MAC?
It's like a D3.
Okay, I thought it was a
D2.
MAC team or something. Anyway, he's the guy. Whatever. Noah Naysayer.
Oh, Eastern Michigan is.
Eastern Michigan MAC.
Yeah,
So he has a line of hats coming out
he does.
with his name on the hat, really big.
Noah.
His
says-
last name.
Yeah, it begins with a K and ends with an A. And I love wearing hats.
I looked at that and was
I
like,
just don't
I'm
feel
not-
like-
I'm not gonna buy it for
No,
him.
please don't. Unless it's a big hat.
I feel like he's a white guy,
He's
and he can't. He's selling. White people can't wear that hat. And this is yet another thing
I know.
where the white man is being kept down in America, man.
I know.
They're taking everything from me. Now I can't wear
You
hats.
can't wear a hat with a veiled slur on it.
It's not a veiled slur. It's my favorite player's name.
So another thing that we were dealing
Go
with.
East. Go Chippewas.
There you go. You got it.
Are they
Nice
Chippewas?
pull.
No,
I assumed you would know.
that's Central.
That's pretty good though. That I.
What are they? They're just a green
Eagles?
with a white E. What are they?
Yeah, it's pretty boring. The other thing that they have a major problem with out here, same sort of deal. We have
Eagles.
We have this problem at home,
I just said that,
but
bro.
here it's on steroids because people at home are trying to do what people out here do, and I'm talking about street takeovers.
Yeah.
Oh,
We were watching
Dumb?
a video. Yes,
Okay.
we were watching a video last night because they're having this big crackdown. Like the district attorney's up there talking her shit, and they're like, if you even post about this on social media, it is a crime. If you promote this on social media, it is a crime. And you're thinking like, okay, where are they doing it? They're in front of crypto, like 1,000, 2,000
The
people.
arena.
Yes, like right in
Lakers
front
arena.
of crypto arena. 15 cars just letting it drift. Had a couple people
like you're
die
thinking
the
this
last
is a
year.
secret. What bridge
That's what
are they
I'm
hiding
saying.
under?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, it's just right there. And like, I'm sure people love to hear a lefty say this, but I'm like, the police can do nothing about that. Like we have all this like military gear, police gear, riot gear. Like just drive one of them big bitches out there and say like, hey, game's over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they need?
Get a cyber tank.
The Rock. Somebody that these racers respect.
He's around.
He should be.
What if you sent Dom out there?
That actually would be kind of funny.
Or
Like, guys,
Steven Seagal.
guys, settle it down.
The safety is
Hey,
what's
brother,
important.
why don't you stop racing,
As
man?
he's sitting down.
Is he still alive? He's real
Yeah.
fat, right?
Yeah, real fat. Then he oscillates between being black and Asian as he's gotten
Steven
older.
Seagal?
And then the final story that I wanted to give you guys, I have no local news.
Well,
or
this
local
is
home
local.
news.
Yeah.
Our last national story.
All I know is it's hot.
God bless. Will they not shut up about it?
I know. Every time I call home, I'm
I
like,
get
I'm
it.
wearing a jacket and I'm freezing.
I get
My
it.
wife gets all mad at me.
No.
And I'm like, if you're that hot, why don't you fire that top off?
I know.
Those things look restricted in there, and she refuses to do that. At least for me.
So, did you know that AOL still offered dial-up service? This is like the story of the last payphone.
Really?
AOL, as of today, or as of this week, is stopping dial-up service.
Oh.
Which, I don't know that there would ever be like a utility to bring it back. But when we talked about payphones recently, we were told like they are coming back. The generation of people that are like, oh, I want to get away from my phone, hipstery, that this is actually a thing.
Payphones.
Yes, that in some small or in some like, artsy, whatever, like that people are like, we're getting away from the phone.
Wonder if landlines.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Whereas like with dial-up internet, there's nothing cool about it. It's just slower. You're getting the same internet.
You don't like to hear the beep beep.
I like hearing it, but
The-
it's not worth it.
Don't you want to see your porn load line by line? All right, who were
does
we
make
at
you
yesterday
don't
that I
know,
said
bro.
they had a dot matrix? Oh, it was the Avis counter at
did,
at the Bob Hope Airport. So we flew into this airport that seems like it's 1965, or below. Like it just feels really old. It feels old Hollywood.
Yeah.
And yes, at the counter, at the Avis counter, it took like 2 minutes to print out my receipt thing because it was like zzz, zzz, and then you had to peel the sides off of each.
Little triplicate. Is
Is that called dot matrix?
It sounds like.
Hello?
What it would be called. There's your news.
You saw that I didn't have the audio open.
I did kind of like this.
Like you put your disc in.
30 hours,
Your
homie.
Juno disc.
First internet you guys ever saw?
First what?
First internet you ever saw?
What do you mean internet I saw?
For me, it was Prodigy. My neighbor had Prodigy.
Oh,
she
the
worked at a
kind-
school,
Yeah, I don't know.
and she would allow me to come over and look up the stats for the 1995-96 Dallas Stars. That story didn't go anywhere. What's next?
I don't remember.
The Dumb Zone presents
Yeah, first time you ever saw
Today
internet.
in History.
So this is what I was telling you I hate.
What, rap?
Whatever the current. I can't do it.
Mumble rap?
Yeah,
It
that's
kinda
what we call it.
sucks now.
Like we were walking
Well,
in.
you
and it was
guys
like
are old men.
We were walking
now.
in. It was like a
now
Meg,
rap sucks.
Meg Thee Stallion song, and I'm like, okay, at least she's rapping. I can deal with this.
It's sad to see you guys do this.
I like the production.
I want to start off with a couple of viewer mail birthdays. So get off of my ass. Tuesday, August 12th. From Lauren, who says, hi, please shout out my friend Jordan Settlemeyer.
Ooh, I know him.
Tomorrow, August 12th, for his birthday. He is a big, dumb fan. Okay.
Yeah, he's like in the home building or something space. Because when I was bitching about how much I had to pay for my short-term rental, he's like, "Well, how do you think I cover the bills for the entire year? It's not rented out." It's like, yeah, I know.
Plus, he's got a hot name, Jordan.
I think he is verifiably hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Happy birthday, pal.
One more from Dan. He says, what's up, my big phase of tornadoes that's not even true?
I've been thinking about that nonstop.
I'm turning Cavs Shack this year. I listen to y'all every day during my drive times. Dan is my leader because us Dans have to stick together. but he also adds the most intricate dynamic to the show. Take that, Blake.
Yeah, I agree with you.
They know I'm not even in the competition, in the conversation.
Pro bono idea. Jake's annual sobriety softball tournament brought to us by Tito's. Is that the sponsor that bailed? Let me know. The teams are obvious. The Beehive versus the Den Daubers. I know for a fact that DFs would buy tickets to watch Blake and his True Element as well as Jared Sandler run a Dumb Zone dot race. As a GI nurse, I send a PSA to the DZ boys and DFs. Schedule your colonoscopies. Age 45 is the new standard down. Okay, jeez. So he basically says, keep the testosterone high.
The what?
From Dan... Testosterone.
Okay.
From Dan Fancher, who says, P.S. Does Dan know what a bussy is?
Yeah, do you?
I thought... Well, I was thinking he meant bussy.
That's the same thing.
So it's like a brown pussy.
No.
Bussy.
More of a boy pussy.
Ugh.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What's a boy pussy?
Is
it when I tuck it? Because I'll.
No, you could turn.
Have we all tucked it?
Turn that.
Can we just be honest? As a kid, have you tucked it and looked in the mirror? Been like, what would I look like as a girl?
Yeah, of course.
I have not.
Gay. Can't believe he said he did it.
I know.
Sucked him in.
It's a boy pussy.
What an idiot. Oh, where was I?
I don't know.
Let's do some on this day.
I'm trying to find that Turpin everybody buying in cliff.
Everybody buying in.
Because I got a Jameson version of it.
What, the song?
No.
Oh.
I don't think it's a song.
Because Jameson made us a song.
I know.
Anyway, today's Tuesday, August 12th. I've already said that. Taco Tuesday.
Not for us.
Why
probably not? I can probably make it to sushi. Sushi opens late.
Sushi night.
Okay.
They don't open till 5.
I will not
California
be there.
time.
Why?
Because I'm going to eat something else. Unless do they serve like real food?
Yeah, sushi.
No,
And
but
it's the
like
best you
real
can
ass.
get.
Why do you hate sushi?
I don't hate it. And maybe I'll go with you guys just to have fellowship.
What, are you going to Popeyes again? What you don't want to sit and eat with us? I ate your dumb little oysters the other night.
It was for the beach.
We're in downtown Ventura. This is awesome sushi.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll go.
You can watch the guy make all of the rolls. It's wonderful.
You've sold me.
They have edamame.
You've lost
Boy,
me.
that was
Why
very
the fuck
meek.
would anybody offer they have edamame ever?
Edamame's good.
They have vegetables.
It's got salt and garlic on it.
I'll go eat you guys woke food.
All right, Tuesday, August 12th, on this day in 1985, the world's worst single aircraft disaster. So it's a single aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
As a Japan Airlines Boeing 747 crashed into a mountain, killing 520 people. 4 people survived.
You'll take that.
I would absolutely take that. That's great.
I mean, you said 220 something?
520.
Oh, you're well in the range, yeah.
Yeah. 4 survived.
Yeah.
On this day in 1994, baseball players went on strike, and that would end up canceling the World Series that year that the Cleveland Indians would have definitely won. Take a look at all
You did this last year, and they
look
were
at all
500.
the numbers. They were absolutely the best team in baseball
Yeah,
at
but they
the
were
time.
hot. The boys were hot.
Best team in baseball at the time. Probably would have won the World Series. The strike didn't end until the following year, 1995. That's the year that I started the year on the Cleveland Indians grounds crew. And it snowed. So they had a game with replacement players. An actual game in Jacobs Field. And I was on the grounds crew for that game, got free T-shirt, free Indians tennis shoes. It was great. It was like my dream. But it snowed, and we had to clear the field of snow. That was very difficult to do. And then I ended up getting a job, like a better job at my radio station that would have me being the board op for the afternoon drive show. And so I had to quit the grounds crew because, you had to be at the stadium early.
You could have been like the chief.
I could have.
Could have been the chief.
Yeah, they were a game back in the division.
There you go.
Let's listen a little
And
bit.
what?
Yeah, it's just me, man. I love to compete when anybody knows my size. That's what always been in my heart. I'm always the smallest guy on the field. So, that's all with me is compete. So.
Okay, yeah. Let's just keep popping him in occasionally. What are you looking at, the stats there?
I want to see their last
Hey, man,
5 games before
this.
this.
Available.
They've won 3 out of 4.
See?
Pretty much like you
three
want to
out
get
of 4.
you're doing shifts in motion.
Why didn't you say 4 out of 6?
Just be coachable.
I don't know. How far back do you want to go?
But they come out like 7-2. Something like
3-0. Yeah, well, 6-1. Dan thought they were going to win.
Didn't
it all.
Albert Bell have like 50 home runs at the time? Like, they were just rolling, dude.
we have these websites.
You
Boy,
don't
did you
understand.
think that was like one day?
They see what you guys don't understand is the momentum that they had. Had they,
Yeah.
like, I felt it.
36.
I was
runs.
living it.
I just say everybody buying in. Everybody
What do you have, 30?
Everybody loving what
36.
Schottenheimer doing.
Ooh, Jim Tomey with 20.
My homie.
Manny Ramirez, Kenny Lofton. Okay, this was a good team.
What was the year again?
Freaking Baerga? Was he on that team?
What was the year again?
94. Sandy
You know-
Alomar.
I
It
exclusively.
was a great team. Eddie Murray. They got Eddie Murray batting 9th.
He's
so
a 3-time winner of a Golden
Man.
Glove. Do you remember that commercial?
good. Dennis Martinez, El Presidente, Jack Morris.
Morris?
Dude, this is the only team I played with on video games. Ken Griffey, because all of them had Indian names.
Jose Mesa.
Joe
What did he have?
Table.
80 saves that year?
Move on.
Oh.
2.
Here you
I just
go.
say everybody buying in. Everybody buying in. Everybody loving what Schottenheimer doing.
I'm the one supposed to move on.
Hold
And
on.
I just think everybody buying in, everybody buying in, everybody love a shout out 55, 55 going for 55, 60. Everybody buying in, everybody buying in, everybody love a shout out 65, going for 65.
Is that not what you guys hear too? Mm-hmm. James both just
Yeah, he's an
been sitting-
auctioneer.
Everybody, I just think everybody in shot and habadoo. Everybody in shot and habadoo.
And on this day in 2021, the White Sox beat the Yankees 9-8. It was the first ever Field of Dreams game in the cornfield in Iowa.
It was actually awesome. Tim,
Biaka Batuka.
no.
There's Brandon,
White Sox,
Brandon Aubrey.
White Sox outfielder.
Yay!
Tim.
Man, he looks great.
He does look great.
Kenny Lofton had stolen 60 bases in that shortened season.
No, I've lost him.
That's
you go, bro.
amazing.
That's a lot more interesting than
A
auction
7 WAR.
bullshit that he's saying. And on this day in Dumb Zone
Just wanted to
history,
play you some fun audio.
this day in Dumb Zone history,
Tim Anderson,
Oh, yeah.
2-run ended it.
I was going to look up his splits before and after he got punched because he has not been good since. In 2021, Jake approached the show because he didn't know whether to close this person's car door or not that they left open.
That's an interesting one.
Wait,
I don't
he did
remember
what?
That, but
He came. I think he was walking through a parking lot and there was a car door just open that somebody had forgotten to close, and I think he closed it.
ooh, what if
the car's locked,
the baby was in there?
right?
I would
I
assume
always
he would look.
leave the baby in there with the door open. It's okay.
I turn the heat up first. Make sure.
On this day in 2022 is when we were guessing, I guess, of what the rich elite eat, and Dan guessed stew.
That was like the hardest I've laughed at you in a long time. They just sit up there in their ivory towers eating beans and old meat and broth. It's like universally here's what we can feed poor people for sustenance. Not crab legs, not
It was like my dream. If I can get rich enough
God,
to
if
have
I could
stew.
just get a whole thing of gruel, I'd be made.
Porridge. They eat for breakfast.
And then Dan said he used to listen to Fast Times at Ridgemont High in his car.
That's actually, it seems weird for its time, but I think that's just a forward thinker. Because,
Like you were that obsessed with it?
I wasn't allowed to see it. I was too young when it came out, but it looked like the greatest movie ever. And then, back in my day, kids, I still, my mom wouldn't let me get it on a VCR, and I don't even know if.
Because you would just fast forward to Phoebe Cates.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't allowed to watch the real version. I was just too young, and so they put it on TV after like a year. But they had all the bad words cut out, and And so I set up my tape recorder in front of the TV, and I left the house so that there would be no outside noise, and I recorded it. And then, we would drive around once, listening to the movie. It was great.
I did this with
So I know all the lines.
I did this with D2 for a family road trip.
You just listened to the movie?
Well, yeah, because they didn't have, it was not like it was a portable whatever, so I'm like, yeah, just listen to the whole thing.
This is a very old man story, I realize. It's like, we just had like a horn on my ear.
It is so sad what dinner turns into now in like 5 minutes. It's like interest rates or like
you guys are talking about the knee.
My God, yeah, my knee.
My hip.
Bone on bone.
I was thinking that someday, because when I go out with my mom and Rose, they talk about so-and-so who died or so, like, their news is always a funeral.
Yeah.
And so that'll be in your wheelhouse someday.
Anyways, what else happened?
Look at this.
The horn was coming. I was trying to get in front of it.
Today's
What? We're about to get out there. We got 5 minutes. Let's do it.
Punts. You want us to watch punts? Brandon Aubrey. Ladies and gentlemen, I wonder if he just ran to pee.
So cool.
Like he ran off the practice field.
Yeah, probably.
Like a Dallas Cowboy came over during practice to talk to us.
Mm-hmm. Said, get out here and watch. Watch me come check out this cool stuff I'm about to football.
He's an all-pro.
I want to go.
All right, today's birthdays, celebrity birthdays. Hey, is Henry joining us at the end?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, Henry's already there?
Oh, he can wait, Clayton.
I haven't Venmo'd him for my stuff, and I haven't received it yet.
It's here.
Oh,
Former Stars coach Glenn Gulletson is 54.
Well,
catch these hands.
Current Stars head coach Glenn Gulletson is 54.
He may be great, but
you still think you could?
Yes, yes. I don't think. I mean, I don't have like the burning desire to punch him like other fights I've issued challenges for. But no, I think.
You want to fight Glenn Gulletson?
That was my bit back in when I was a Stars board op. I would because when they hired him, I would just talk shit to Bob. Like, there's no way this guy sucks. Look at him.
Oh, you didn't even know anything about him, though?
Well, but I knew he was like a minor league coach. Like they're the Dallas Stars, and they were hiring this guy, and I'm like, come on, dude. Like, what are we doing here? And then I had to listen to his press conferences every game, and I would listen to him talk and think, I can handle this. And look what happened. He was fired quickly.
Yeah, but then hired again.
Possibly good now.
Former Maverick Antoine Walker is 49.
God, man. Lost like $10 million a night to Jordan or something.
Chris Middleton is 34. Another Chris with a K.
Aggie.
Four-year Aggie.
Plaxico Burris is 48.
Cheddar Bob.
Yep.
Pete Sampras, 54.
Do you have any K-spins? Or he just...
Pete Sampras?
I
think he's just really boring.
I know Agassi.
Tyson Fury, 37.
He would masturbate a lot.
And why do you say K-spin? Just
Feels
lean
weird
into
to say
it.
my own name, and people say K-pop, and I like that.
Actor or actress. Can we just say actress?
You can. I won't.
Yeah, bring it back.
It's just odd. The AP style has changed to actor. But I'm watching the Academy Awards, and they had the Best Actor award, and it was only dudes
makes
up
sense.
for it. And they don't, but they'll do an actress award.
It is a bit of trickery.
Actress Yvette Nicole Brown is. Oh, doesn't say her age. Darn it. Well, she's a.
I don't know who that
she's
is.
a bad bitch. She's on Community. Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits is 76.
Funny.
She's not funny. Believe me. Until you watch the entire Community series, then you can have an opinion.
I don't think I'll ever be able to form that opinion.
Musician Pat Metheny is 71. Have you heard of that, him?
Pat Metheny? Why do I know
For
that?
some reason, I've heard of that name a lot. Maybe he was like a Cleveland guy? or more local to Ohio. I don't know. Do you know who he is?
I've heard the name. Songwriter.
Rapper. Am I allowed to do rappers? You're not doing that anymore.
No. I wanted you to stop.
Sir Mix-a-Lot is 62.
I wanted you to stop doing that, so I said I would do it. Because I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do the guy that enjoys large behinds?
No.
He's part of the problem. He's with you. Like somewhere America, like all these fat ladies convinced you that you should like big butts. Like back in my day, we liked them anorexic.
Well,
we wanted you to have an eating disorder.
That's
and
tired.
then we might look at you.
Yeah. That's tired.
But also get fake boobs because we don't like it to be skinny up there.
Right. The wired view is real men for eons, centuries, have been looking for women that could handle it. And that means handle them and handle a baby in there.
Like good birthing hips?
Yeah. And what?
Well, go to Amish country then.
I'm a man. I'm not looking to play this on easy mode. Give me something to work with.
Michael Ian Black is 54.
He had a moment, but what kind of faded? Was it just that if you were like a Comedy Central lib, you kind of got phased out? Because like he really, in retrospect, was annoying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Casey Affleck is 50.
Man, I love him. I think he's gotten in a lot of accusation and allegation stuff, but dare I say a better actor than his brother. You know,
wouldn't say that.
Manchester by the Sea, great movie. I believe Jorts had a hand in every bit of that score.
Oh, nice.
Grammy nominated. Or Grammy, Oscar nominated movie.
And I have our Dumb Zone birthday of the day. I don't think that there's any chance that Henry would duplicate it, so I'll let Henry go. Here, we now check in with intern Henry, who is back in Texas, wearing a bucket hat.
Henry! Hey, dog.
A Hawaiian shirt.
If even though I'm not at camp, I thought I could replicate the vibe here.
I like it. I love it, actually.
Bucket.
And he's got his intern Henry birthday of the day.
All right. So today, I have the exact opposite of me, and that's Wide Neck. He's 38. Are y'all familiar with him?
No.
You know, like look up Damn Wide Neck. He's the other guy. You know, there was the long neck kid in like 2016.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So is there an original Wide Neck photo?
Yes.
Okay. He's got 884,000 followers on Instagram.
Because he kind of looks funny.
That's a great bid. All right.
This is a good bid.
That is a huge neck.
What does he do? Just takes pictures with people?
Social media, pretty much. He just goes around, does, different stunts, and I guess it's not stunts.
With the wide neck.
Hey, look, he's eating ice cream now.
Here's one. It says the world's widest neck getting adjusted. He's got a deal from a chiropractor. Okay, cool. And the vapes are delivered.
Yes, I'm not sure exactly when they should be there, but the dude at UPS said through hell or high water, unless some act of God happens, it's going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I wanted him to get this skill because when I worked for my family's business, this is why I was telling yesterday, I was like, I'll just get my mom to do it. We would do UPS multiple times a day, whether at the house, going to the store, or them at the business. So I was going in and out of a UPS store twice a day for 5 years. And I think people need to know how to do this, ship things. This is not an experience Henry had ever had.
Oh, I've done it before.
Okay, well, there was a lot.
You might have thought.
Maybe it was because it was the vape, but there was a lot of questions. I'm like, so what do I tell him? Like, what do I do? I'm like, buy a box, put it in there, hand it to him, and that's it.
So
and when they asked me, I couldn't say toiletries, Jake. Like because they were gonna check it, and I was just like, shut up. I was like, I got 2 vapes for my boss in California. His wife wouldn't get them for him. His mom's not gonna get them for him.
I don't need to give the whole history.
No, but I like that he did.
I had to convey that this was important.
Yeah, I like it. That's it. If you went to get him the rice, he'd be like, get this rice. It matters to
Yeah,
Dan.
but he wouldn't do it. Like, he didn't do this
Well, the
first
vapes are
time.
here.
Okay, and he got it done eventually.
He got it done. Well, that's a great birthday.
But he tried to
Henry.
order them online and get it mailed to you.
That's
like,
the
as
learning
if
process.
You couldn't do that.
Yes. That is
who
you
wouldn't try
tweeting
that?
Dak's camp stats 2 for 5. He did not initially understand that I could just order them online. We got
Right.
to that point.
Hey, we go to drinkmoxie.com and send us some. Anyway.
So I found Wideneck's Instagram, which is just at damn Wideneck.
Yeah.
Here he is at a celebrity basketball game put on by Tennessee Titans running back Chris Johnson, and he's pictured with Floyd Mayweather. So at the celebrity basketball game, you have Floyd Mayweather and
52-0. That's a good
Henry.
birthday.
So our Dumb Zone birthday of the day.
Bye, Henry.
Let's see if Henry knows who this is.
Okay.
He could hang out.
All right.
No, I'll stick around.
Oh.
Ah, he got time today.
Well, the
Like a
West.
little Henry show.
So,
Yeah, brother.
Clayton just dumped him? Okay.
Clayton
No.
hates him.
No, Clayton does hate you. Actor Lakeith Stanfield
Dude, you know what happened to him?
is 34. Do you know who that is?
Let me look. Not off the top of my
Well,
head.
that's what I want to know. I don't want to know if you could search him.
So I saw a tweet the other day that was like, movies, you know how somebody will be like, we used to be a proper country, is like the meme format.
Yeah.
Or this used to have, it was just, movies used to have Lakeith Stanfield in them. And I was like, damn, you know what? They did. He was in like 5 movies in 2 years.
Yeah.
And I checked the replies, and somebody was like, look into it. He got like life coach, guru, spiritual, like a lady runs his shit now. And there were a bunch of people in the
Little
replies.
Jordan Hudson?
A bunch of people in the replies were like, oh, yeah, I work for this studio, or I'm work this agency. You can't work with him anymore. This lady was on set every day. She's his like life coach, not just an agent, not just a manager, and he just doesn't work anymore. And dude, for a
Apparently
minute he was like
what?
the guy on the coming up, you know.
And he's the coolest dude,
He's the
man.
coolest MFer.
I love him.
He's also a rapper,
Dude, who's not?
apparently.
Who's not?
Is he a rap
That's what-
mumbler? Or?
That's what his IMDb
He knows
says,
Florida,
so-
man. You know that.
Born on this day, now dead. Clara Hitler, the mother of Adolf.
That's such a sweet name.
Is she feeling like, oh, God, man, I
No,
don't
what?
think I did
no,
well. I
no,
don't think I did a
where
good
she's,
job.
she's just like,
Should have breastfed him.
no, I'm more of a nature type. I don't think the nurture really.
Yeah. What could I do? And we're going to quiz intern Henry on this guy. He's Erwin Schrödinger, a physicist who I think had some kind of a theory on called Schrödinger's cat.
Maybe the gun.
You're familiar with it?
Yes.
Schrödinger's cat, Henry. Give me anything you know on Schrödinger's cat. Stop searching.
No, then I'm not going to get anything
That's
for
not
you.
a-
Schrodinger's cat?
That's not a Henry question.
What do you
yeah,
mean?
A Henry question is like, who was Bob Lilly, or maybe even who was Alvin Harper? But 95% of the population's not going to get this.
Doesn't have something to do with the cat in the box.
It's a narrative thing,
Yeah,
right?
it's-
Like a device and narrative. Like if you,
So you knew,
Yeah.
kind of, and I know kind of.
Yeah.
I
Clayton?
think I probably had heard of
Kind
it
of.
and had
Matt?
it fully explained to me.
Okay, 5. Clayton knows it, a verse, everything. But I'm saying we all had heard of it. The point is, intern Henry is sheltered. He doesn't know shit.
And the thing is, I was never
He
disagreeing.
doesn't know how to go to UPS. He doesn't know that if you're calling him from California to mail you something that you can't get here, it's not
This
because
is why
you don't
we
understand
do the
how the
internship.
right. He's learned so much.
The more you say it, the more stupid it sounds. Like at first, I was like, oh yeah, like I mean, maybe Jake doesn't have time for this, or
Maybe
you
he
know,
doesn't
like,
have
just
the
wants to
internet.
Funnel it to me,
Right.
you know.
Okay,
Well,
so
I mean,
Okay, we got
all
it.
right, dead on this day, still dead. Cleopatra.
No
Did you see it
way.
coming? No, that's there's
Any
no way.
year on Cleopatra.
That's a hot one.
What day did she die? What do you think, Henry?
I'm going to go. Ooh, yeah, okay.
Dude, that's
All right.
a long,
Anyone
long
here?
time ago.
I'm going to go $12.50.
I
have to pee again.
1,500.
No one knew you went to pee.
I know.
Till you
But now I'm
announced it.
telling you again.
It's 30 BC.
What?
Oh my
No
God.
way.
Yeah.
All right.
She did not believe in Jesus Christ. She believed the name they used to call him in the other thing before that.
Yeah. I
Yahweh.
know. Yahweh.
All right.
and many others.
And dead on this day in 2022, Anne Heche
Yeah.
was
yeah.
once
Or
Ellen's
is she?
girlfriend.
Remember whenever she was on fire on that stretcher? All right, you guys have a good show.
Wait. All right, Jake.
Okay.
We're about to.
I have to go.
All right. Jake's got a tiny bladder. So we will thank
That was Today in History.
Flooring Direct DFW, of course, Moxie Energy, Silverback Construction, and 360 Wealth Management. That's why we even did this show. That's why it is open on the paywall today. And Thursday will be the same. Tomorrow's show is usually open. Any closing remarks from you, Blake? Are we ready to roll? Are we going out to watch Banger?
I do like the walk you do whenever you're holding in a gallon of piss because you walk at kind of a 45-degree angle.
Are you talking me or Jake or just anyone?
I think anyone carrying
Okay.
that much urine.
Well,
Adios, mofo.
Gotta go before this becomes a zoo.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. Honey on yourself. Honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. Honey on yourself. Honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. Honey on yourself. Honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. Honey on yourself. Honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. Honey on yourself. Honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey on yourself. You see me in the bed and fight, pour honey